unmute my mic first.
Ew.
Hey, there we go. All right, so this is the second time that Krouzer and I have teamed up for a Gamers Talk Shop stream. I'll be uploading it to my YouTube channel after as well. We don't really have a particular agenda. It'll just sort of be a loosey-goosey shooting the shit about the games and things that we're excited for. But it's always a good time doing that with you, man. You know, when we're hanging out in Discord.
Salad on here.
Ooh, yeah,
There's a salad on here.
The chat is heating up.
I miss you, Asala. It's good to see you. I miss all you guys.
I've missed you too, man. It's the first time I've really got to sit down and talk with you for an extended period of time in a little bit here.
Yeah, sure.
Chat. Two.
You have been in a hidey hole. Is this your pre-winter hidey hole? Shut up. Yes, I do. Knock it off. Where are you? I'm so sorry.
Oh my god. Oh,
Mike and I do that all the time.
If you got a bevy, crack 'em. I have a Camden to dry.
Oh yeah, baby. I was gonna have a Kaminama to dry, but I'm cheating. I'm having a really nasty energy drink.
Hi, Jaina. Welcome in.
I said I miss everyone, Beely. Like, come on. You're always so down to the dumps. Stop that.
Oh, you're already hooked? I think Beely got hooked on American Truck Sim already.
Good.
Downloaded the demo and shout at me in the chat if stream is looking funky. My setup is as the kids say, ghetto rigged, sort of. So my stream preview is not the most reliable thing in the world, but someone will shout at me if it gets messed.
I don't want you to be down the dumps. That's the thing. Asala's here. Jaina, rest easy. She's here.
She's here somewhere.
You two need to touch wieners. Okay. That was terrible. Right. Why do I look funky? Why do I look funky? Tell me why I look funky. Are you saying just in general, or do I look funky on stream?
If anybody looks funky, it's me. This white balance is not doing me any favors.
Yeah, you gotta have to screw with that in your Discordia. You are just being.
Oh well, the Discord. Oh, so if you look at the stream, Krouzer, that's the cam. That's what my DSLR looks like. My DSLR, my digital single lens reflex camera. That's what that stands for. If you didn't know.
Yeah, typically I actually have to turn my saturation down on my camera on my streams because it's actually like too blown like color. I have to like pull the color back.
Yeah, my cam, I have it set to a completely neutral color like map. So it does look a little bit washed out, but that's kind of it's the way I like to shoot for still photography and then edit later. So that's a bit why it looks like that. I still have a little dialing in to do, but it's pretty true to life. I am pretty pasty. I do be sitting in my room modding games and shit for hours on end instead of touching grass.
That's why sometimes I let the saturation alone. I'm like, ooh, I actually look like I get sun and things. Jesus. I opened up a whole can of worms with that comment.
You opened up a can of wieners, dude.
There's a whole conversation going on about that right now. I love it.
All right. Well, that's percolating. Reminded me of playing Call of Duty with Asala, and I'm gonna reinstall it, and it was like 140 gigs for the base game, but I'm gonna do it and play Call of Duty, and that reminds me of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I was watching this earlier. Let me transition. Yeah, good transition. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies. I've been curious about it.
Yeah,
I just realized that my cam is not the same size as your cam in this scene, and it's going to bug the shit out of me and everybody else now that they pointed it out. So let me just fix that.
Fix it.
I'm fixing it. It's fixed. They're similar size now. Man, anyway,
you two need to get a room.
Yeah, what is going on with that?
I mean, it's intense. It's intense.
The Zombies does look pretty cool. There's an option to go into third-person mode as well, which is neat.
Oh yeah. This was like the only thing This was the only thing that could possibly convince me to get this. I mean, I literally would only install this.
I would. Yeah, if I'm buying Call of Duty Black Ops 6, it's because zombies. Also, hi, honey, welcome in. Man, the chat is popping off. I hope everybody's having a good night. This was sort of a... We didn't throw this together at the last minute, but we're like, yeah, we gotta do something. We gotta do something, me and Krouzer, and this is what we're doing.
Hey, honey's in the house. Honey meal. I agree with you, honey. It's a tough sell for me. Now, I was never... you guys are going to look at me funny here. I was never a zombies player. I barely ever played it. But it's one of those things where when I saw Pi playing it and stuff like that, which one were you playing where it peaked? Was that Black Ops 3?
Well, I play Black Ops 3 the most. There's great debate, but it's like Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 3 was the golden era of zombies.
Right.
I include Call of Duty World at War in that because it's still fun to go back and revisit. Also, just for people in the chat, I have audio coming through for this video, at least OBS says that I do. So let me know how the balance is between me, Krouzer, and the video, and I can adjust it if anybody's having a problem. Sorry to...
So, I mean, it looks like they definitely went off of Black Ops 3. I see the gumball thing.
Yeah, so the Gobblegums, I guess, are here to stay, which I didn't like them at first, and because I was like, it's not part of the purest zombies experience.
Am I seeing an offhand weapon?
Yeah, so that's a special weapon. It might be specific to an operator. I don't like... I gotta turn this down on my end a lot, and then back up on the stream end. Sorry about that, but I couldn't hear myself think.
Ew.
Are you able to see this, Krouzer, in Discord?
Yep.
This coming through? Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Wow, this I'm patting my... You can't see it, but I'm patting my PC right now. Anyway, yeah, that offhand thing is like a special ability that's been present since Cold War zombies. Even in Black Ops 3, you can do like Easter eggs and stuff and get a special weapon, and it's sort of on a cooldown as opposed to having ammo.
So yeah, I mean, that's my thing. You're more of an expert on this than I am, but I have been interested in this, and literally this would be the only reason I even touch Black Ops 6. God, I can't believe I'm saying that right now. Black Ops 6.
Blop 6, baby.
Like,
1, 2, 3, 4, Cold War, 6. Right?
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, yeah, and don't forget that I still make fun of this. That 4 was literally 4 hash marks instead of the Roman numeral 4. It was the stupidest thing on the planet with titling that game. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Weird.
They developed this like this brand thing with like the hash marks, like Black Ops 2, and it was 3, and then they did something special for zombies with it, and they like didn't want to let that go. They're like, it's all we have, please. But all of the comments.
Time, that was the only thing Treyarch really did for the Black Ops series was zombies. Their base game stuff was kind of meh.
Well, weren't the Black Ops 1 and 2 campaigns really good?
To be fair, yes. That's when they kind of set a standard for themselves and kind of got out of underneath Infinity Ward's shadow.
Sorry,
because originally Infinity Ward was top dog. I mean, personally, God, I loved the original. Modern Warfare when this all started. I vividly remember when that happened. I was actually working for GameStop at the time, and I transferred stores because this other store manager wanted me over at his store to help out with like getting the store in line and cleaning it up and kind of getting people in line. Fun fact. I was an assistant manager at GameStop for a few years, and I was the highest paid assistant manager in our district's history at the time because I refused to take my own store. I didn't want one. I was like, but I'll be an assistant manager. And they're like, okay, well, how much are you looking for? And I told them, and they were like, no, like we can't give you that. And I was like, well, then I'm going to stay third key and part-time. I'm not going to be full-time if you can't give me that. And they were like, a day later, the district manager got back to me and said, okay, listen, we're going to give you that. under no circumstances do you tell anyone what you're getting paid per hour. But we are going to use you as an assistant manager, as a floating assistant manager. Basically, you're going to be the guy to go in to help store managers get their stores cleaned up.
Nice.
Like, get rid of the dead weight. Like, you're going to have to fire some people. Was not looking forward to that, but I had a pretty good instinct, and I've actually caught a couple employees that were stealing shit.
Yeah, that's not cool.
One dude was bold enough to be stealing money directly from the till, and it's like, how dumb are you, bro? Like, I'm gonna catch that every time.
You're not aware that there's like a count?
Yeah.
And like,
there's a count, but some store managers were very lax about doing it.
I see.
Because they were just being lazy, and I'm like, nah, you gotta do that shit, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if people can find a way to get something for free, they will.
I got transferred to a store to one of the best store managers to kind of help train me a little bit more. And I remember one of our employees talking about, yo, Call of Duty has like this multiplayer, their new game's coming out, and it's gonna have like this killer like new multiplayer. And I'm like, really? Like, what's it called? They're like, oh, it's called Call of Duty Modern Warfare. They're finally stopping the World War II stuff, and they're going modern. I'm like, oh, okay. And I went home and played it, and we were all like, what is happening? Like, yeah, oh my God, this is the best thing ever.
That was a big gamble for them at the time to do that, too. But they had to.
Yeah, it was.
Because the formula was getting stale. They did it at, like, the exact right time, and it panned out. I remember...
Because they were so well known for the World War II stuff.
Yeah.
It was just like... But I miss those days because it was simple. Now, I know they tried to bring it back. They tried to do the remaster. But here's the thing. What's funny about that. I said it out the gate. When the Modern Warfare remaster came out, I said, this will not work. And here's why. The game has changed so drastically over the years, and people's playing tendencies have changed so much that that old formula is going to be broken. Like, people are going to break the living shit out of it. And sure enough, what happened? Everyone's like, this is garbage. Like, you can't play this the way it used to be played. And then they abandoned it, and then the servers turned into a hack fest. That they weren't even monitoring. So it was like, that was, I mean, if I remember correctly, that was pretty much dead in the water after 6 months. If
Dude, the multiplayer situation for Black Ops 3 is rough. If you like try to queue up with random people for a zombies game, you will just inevitably land in a lobby with a bot, and the bot's username says something like check bio for information, and normally when you're in a lobby with people, it shows the 5 icons for the gobblegums that they have selected. And the icons on these bots are like, they're like pictures of guns. They're like something that can't normally be in that slot. So it's obviously a modified account. And you go to the bio and they're selling modified accounts. That's like, there isn't a public lobby experience for that game anymore. You can't do it. It's not safe, unfortunately.
That's so sad.
Yeah. I wish they would release something like they did with like the earlier Modern Warfare games or Call of Duty World at War or Black Ops on PC. They released a dedicated server tool. And, you know, once the game reaches its end of life and people aren't playing multiplayer and it's not viable for them to keep the servers online anymore, which it won't be forever. Hang on. Can we talk about that? It's not a teddy, but that thing's creepy.
It's a bunny?
It's a bunny.
Ooh, yeah. I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
that's a viable replacement. I can handle that.
Like,
wait, when does this game come out again?
November or something. They always come out in November, right? Like soon.
They typically do, but they moved them to October.
Oh,
recently, if I remember correctly.
That
Call of Duty Blops Fix.
I just want to go back to an earlier part in the video here.
Yeah, October 25th.
There you go. So exactly a month. Look at that. The characters don't banter like the old characters used to. I feel like they have less personality.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just not interested. Like, based on the things I've already heard this character say, I'm just not interested to hear anymore. To be honest. Oh no.
Oh, so there's the third person mode.
Yeah. That's internet. Hello.
Are you having some chuggy problems here? Uh oh.
I posted a GIF of Krouzer and self promo.
Oh no! What did I do now? What did I do now?
I can't check it. It'll break my capture.
I got it. What did I do?
There we go.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Okay, I gotta see this. I'm checking it on my phone.
Oh, come on, dude.
I'll let this third-person
Come
gameplay
on,
play
man.
for a sec.
Don't be dissing. Don't be dissing. No. It is not. This is my Zelda track jacket. Don't be dissing the Zelda track jacket and comparing it to that schmuck. That's really funny, though. That's actually like, yeah, that's actually really good. I'm okay. I also don't have hair. I mean, I could like walk in like that right now, right? I could be like,
Come on, Discord Mobile. Don't fail me now.
thank you. I appreciate that, dude.
Okay, the Juggernaut jingle's still the same, so this gets a few points.
I mean, I do have the dad bod going on, so I mean, I could totally walk around.
Who is this guy?
I don't know. He's awesome. I approve of him.
That's funny.
Now, Lev, you'll appreciate this, Steven. You'll appreciate this. This is my Moby look. Let me take off my headset.
Oh, hell yeah. Honey plays.
Yeah. I had it. Yeah. My wife and I always joke about that. That when I have my glasses on, it's very Moby. You know what, Moby? Listen. You want to talk about pretension? Like that guy's like the pure definition of it. Like he's so freaking pretentious. It's like, dude, listen. Get over it. Get over yourself. Like, we know that you're vegan. We know that you like fight for animal rights, but the sheer fact that he got that stuff tattooed up his arms is pretty ridiculous. I mean, more power to you for believing in what you believe in.
Does he have Beyond Meat tattooed on his collarbone?
No, I forget, like, ooh, they did, didn't they? They made the gobblegum look tastier in the new one. Yeah.
Yeah, can eat all of the gobblegums at once, honey, and let us know what happens, please.
Yeah. Steven, yes. He was the OG, like, pretentious, you know, Greenpeace and animal rights activist dude. Now, I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. He means it. He's been doing it since day one, since the early 90s. But it doesn't make him any less of a dick. I mean, dude, you know what, where I really drew the line with him was when he... actually, Natalie Portman put him on blast. Of all people, Natalie Portman. Moby tried to claim in his book, or something like that, in a book or something, in some publication, that he and Natalie Portman were dating at one point when they were younger. And she was like, no, we were not. Matter of fact, she's like, I was 16 or 17 when I met him at a Hollywood party. Let's all remember that Natalie Portman's been in the game since she was like 12 or 13 when she was in The Professional. Great movie, by the way.
Sorry to interject real quickly here.
No, you're good.
This is something that people are up in arms about. They don't like the, like, you can outright buy specific things as upgrades. Like, the perk machines are one thing, but Maximalist Burst for Jackal PDW, like, you can upgrade different things about your gun. A lot of the random elements gone. Like, you used to have to double pack a punch your gun, and you risked the 2,500 it costs to double pack.
Right.
And then there's like 5 different or 6 different things you might get, but they're not all the thing that you would want depending on the situation, and some of them are better than others. Like, all the comments on this video, the damage Warzone has done to COD is insane. Perhaps I treated Black Ops 4 zombies too harshly. My boy, look how they massacred my boy. This game is still run by Warzone. Sees gameplay, oh well, opens Black Ops 3. People are not happy about this. That's rough. That, like, all of the comments are like that.
Yeah, see, I'm a little sketchy. I'm a little sketchy because the randomness is what made it fun, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think I've said this since, like, Cold War zombies. Like, to me, it just isn't, like, the things that made Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 zombies fun. It's changed and evolved, and I don't enjoy the other ones as much. It's not even necessarily that they're bad; they're just different. But
right, and that's the thing.
running around in third
I think
person
that's the
mode.
thing I need to back off on too. Is like the judgment on that
Yeah.
it's different. It doesn't need to be the same.
Like I would play this. Like if they did a free weekend for zombies or whatever, that'd be awesome. Like I would download it and try it. But like, I might like it, but I know that if I open Black Ops 3, like I know that if I open that, I'm gonna have a great time. Like I already know that.
Right.
And this feels like. Did you ever play Dead Ops Arcade? Anybody ever play Dead Ops Arcade?
Nope.
Steven, your streams are skipping. It's probably not just you. Is anybody else getting that?
Mine is. It's hanging up every now and then.
Hanging up every now and then. All right.
I have to reload it.
Well, I've said my piece on Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies.
Sure.
I'd like to try it when it comes out. But will also still be playing Black Ops 3 Zombies regardless if this is good or not. For me, I'll just have to see what it's like for me if I play it, to be honest. Dead Ops Arcade rings a bell. Dead Ops Arcade was... I'll just pull the video up. You could, if you broke out of the seat in Black Ops 1 Zombies, if you hit the bumpers on your controller, you could actually break out of the seat that you were sitting in the main menu and go over to a DOS command prompt style terminal, and you could type DOA, I think, and load up Dead Ops Arcade. You could unlock it by beating the campaign, or you could play it that way. Oh, and it was just an old school style, top down, like twin stick shooter style.
Oh
mode.
Yeah, I do remember this. This is fun stuff. I remember this. So, oh my goodness, yeah, I do remember this. Pi, real quick.
Yeah.
While you're running this, just kill your camera to me on Discord. I don't need that.
Okay, that's a good idea.
To help save you some resources on the stream.
We found the limit, ladies and gentlemen. I'm proud to announce.
Yeah, I don't need that. I see you here. I don't need to look directly at you to talk.
I feel like that was what we needed.
Not that I don't want to.
No, you're not getting the good camera anyway. It's not a good camera. Yeah. Twin stick top down zombies. Yeah, super arcade. And the aggregarious rate that this man fires the ray gun in arcade zombies is amazing. I played the shit out of Dead Ops Arcade, and I played a cursed version of Dead Ops Arcade on a modded Black Ops 1 server that was first-person mode Dead Ops Arcade. That exists.
I'm him.
It shouldn't be skipping any more, Asala, because this is a lower resolution video I'm playing, and I killed my video to Krouzer on Discord.
Yeah,
we should be good. It's too much. Get that.
Too much. Hey, too much. Hey. Two things.
Too many slices.
Too many slices up in here. Yeah.
Anyway, I'll tell you, looking at a minute of Dead Ops Arcade gameplay made me want to play Dead Ops Arcade more than...
You know what the boy's doing?
More than watching 25 minutes of Black Ops 6 Zombies made me want to try it. I don't know if that means anything.
So here's my question. Which game was this in again? Dead Ops Arcade?
Black Ops 1.
Was it in Black Ops 1?
Yeah, 2010. 14 years ago, Dead Ops Arcade blessed us.
Nice.
Now, it might have been another version since, like, as a throwback or whatever.
I don't think it's ever been done other than that one. I don't think they ever did it after that. That was always fun. I love top-down shooters like that. Twin stick shooters, they're fun.
Yeah, honestly, Dead Ops Arcade is like one of the only ones that I've really played, and it's just a game mode, but it was awesome. Do you know what Zork is? I talk about this every time I talk about Black Ops.
Yep.
So for those of you who don't know, in Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops, the main menu, it's from the point of view of a dude who's strapped to a chair, and you can look around with the right stick. If you hit the bumpers, I think it is, you can actually break the restraints and get out of the chair, and you can find this computer, and you can type commands into it on the other side of the room. And if you type Zork, excuse me, it loads up this old text adventure game. And does Zork predate, like, computers? Like, was it originally an actual text adventure game?
Zork is like one of the first ever, like, let's see here, real quick history lesson on that. It was 1977. So it was for the PDP-10 mainframe computer originally, which was before, if I'm not mistaken, that was before personal computers even came out. By the way, yes, I made a game with zombies in it. This game was the shit back on 360. Yeah, this was when it was just text adventure. It's like pure D&D style text adventure.
Yep. I actually
Yeah,
played quite a bit of that with Asala.
nice.
I was just like playing Black Ops, and I was like, "Hey, do you know what Zork is?" And she was like, "No." And it's like, "We're gonna play Zork," and we played Zork for like 3 hours. We ended up, yeah, getting we sort of got hung up. Yeah, I don't know. We died once. That was my fault. We got smashed by a troll or something.
Yeah, so it was inspired by Colossal Cave Adventure from 1976, um, which was the first like well-known example of interactive fiction. Uh, so what was interesting about Zork was it had more complicated sentences that you could do, whereas Colossal Cave Adventure was two-word commands, like only,
Yeah, it didn't feel
which is
like that.
interesting.
It didn't feel like that long a Sala, but you know what? A lot of our time was spent like figuring out what we could and could not tell, like the computer to let us do. We did spend a lot of time with that.
That's what's fun about those old games. Now, see, I actually used to play games very similar to that with my grandma back on floppy disk on God, what were those systems called? I mean, this was pre Windows. This was pre um, everything where the keyboard and the body in front of it were the PC,
Yep.
and the floppy disks would go in the side, and you had the big ass monitor in front of you that was like an Apple IIe, similar to an Apple IIe monitor. It was green,
Yep.
monochrome, but it actually drew in graphics, but you had to like type your commands, like go north, go south, and stuff like that. And then you would get a bit like a picture of like the room you were in, and you had to try to make out like what everything was. I mean, I remember playing those all the time.
Yeah, my dad a long time ago. I only have a vague memory of this because he didn't have this computer for very long when after I was around. But occasionally for word processing, it was at like he kept it at my grandmother's, his mom's house, because he didn't use it very often. But it was monochrome, but it was like gold or amber monochrome. I thought it looked just absolutely cool.
Oh
Like
yeah, I remember those
amber
too.
monochrome monitor, big thing. Yeah.
Homestarrunner.com. Or no, Homestar Runner. It's .com.
What is that
Guy,
from?
Homestar Runner. Classic, classic website from the early days of the internet. It was this animation crew that wanted to make like a kids animated show. They originally started doing it on Mario Paint on the SNES.
Is this
Are
it?
you familiar with Mario Paint? Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of that.
So yeah, now this site has been around many, many years. It's gone through many iterations. This is where Strong Bad comes from. If you know who Strong Bad is, he's the guy with the boxing gloves.
I have no
Um,
idea.
so he was probably the most popular thing on homestarrunner.com. It was called Strong Bad Emails. He was answering fan emails, and it was hysterical. But they did animations on Mario Paint. So there was a game released on the Super Nintendo called Mario Paint. It actually came with a mouse pad and a mouse specifically designed for the Super Nintendo. It was a paint program on your Super Nintendo, but it also had like you could animate, and it also had a music composer and stuff like that. So they
That's pretty
originally started
sick.
making the show on there, and then they started using Flash when Flash came out for PCs, and they migrated over to the PC and stuff like that. And Strong
Oh,
Bad emails were the best. They were fun. We'll have to look at. We'll have to actually like have a watch party of those.
sure. I have to turn a fan on. It's freaking hot in here with my computer
So
running and everything.
you got the AC Evo up, huh?
Yeah, I do. Just real quick, Steven says he found a Telltale poker game with Strong Bad in
Yep.
it from 2010.
Oh yeah. That was originally on. Yeah, that was on PC, and I think 360 had that.
Huh.
Yeah, it was poker game night or something like that, and Strong Bad was a character in there. I mean, my wife even remembers watching the Strong Bad emails and stuff like that. It was a thing back when we were in our like early 20s, early to mid 20s and stuff like that. Like practically, yeah, when I first met my wife. So we're talking like 2004ish, 2005, when that like 20 years ago. It's like when the internet really started taking off with the stuff that you could watch on the internet.
Right.
back before YouTube even existed, and it was freaking ebombsworld.com was where you watched
Literally never
crazy
heard of
videos
that.
and stuff. What's that?
I've like literally never heard of that.
Yeah,
E-Bombs
eBombs World was the thing before YouTube. If you wanted to find like funny videos and stuff like that, yeah, Newgrounds, Albino Black Sheep, yep. Newgrounds were where all the Flash videos lived.
Yeah,
When Flash was a thing.
I definitely watched some Flash videos on there. There was a series about a killer clown and killer clown who became like a god or something. I forget what it was called, but it was really cool. And yes, I do have Assetto Corsa Evo up because.
So what's up?
I just want to talk about Assetto Corsa and racing games in general, and I figured this was a good place to start. First of all, their site apparently has audio. What is it saying for itself? Okay, we can't unmute it with that. It's just telling me that there isn't sound here. Cool.
Okay.
Join us.
Join us. What a bus. Google guy.
Yeah, there isn't actually that much information about Assetto Corsa Evo. They're like, I don't know if it's on this site. We're thrilled to announce that the Steam store page for the highly anticipated new game AC Evo is now live. They said in a press interview that was translated from another language, probably Italian, that they have like an estimated release date, but if the game's not done, it's not going to come out. It's going to come out when it's done, which is good to hear. I'd rather wait. I don't think the racing and sim racing genre of video games getting oversaturated, but it's definitely picking up popularity. There's a lot of competing titles now. There's iRacing, Automobilista 2, R Factor 2, Race Room, Assetto Corsa Competizione. There's a bunch. And when Assetto Corsa Evo does eventually come out, I think the community's general consensus seems to be if it's good, we'll play it, and if it's not, we'll just keep playing Assetto Corsa. Like if you want to do competitive racing in Assetto Corsa, you go to Low Fuel Motorsports, which I'm probably actually not signed into because I haven't signed into this since I reset my computer. Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. The point is, this is an interface for a competitive racing system for Assetto Corsa Competizione, and now iRacing. This was a big surprise when they did this because iRacing is a subscription service. You pay X dollars a month or whatever it is, and you get access to their servers, and you can file a report on people, and they have real people and look into things when you report them. So it probably costs a lot of money for upkeep, and they have their own competitive system. But now, if you have an iRacing subscription, separately from iRacing's built-in competitive ranking system, you can join iRacing on Low Fuel Motorsports and do their events and have, your stats tracked by them. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but that's really only because I don't play iRacing. Yeah. I'm not into iRacing.
For the diehard, baby.
What I am into is Race Room Experience, which I don't know how into Race Room Experience I've gotten. I have written down on my desk so I can always glance at it when I'm driving the lap time that has beaten me on the scoreboard for this time trial that I'm competing in Race Room. The one I posted in the SXD Discord, basically it's a Honda touring car and there's a track and it's just you setting the fastest lap and there's other people trying to do the same thing, and first place gets a prize and then they do a pick from the top 10 and stuff like that. So I did set the fastest lap, and then before I even went to bed that night, someone had already beaten it and someone beat both of us the next day, and I am within 0.2 of a second now of the fastest times. I was sitting at second. I bet I'm not sitting at second anymore. I was sitting at second again, but I couldn't crack number one. So I'm taking a break from it for a few days, and then I'm going to go back at it, do some more laps, and try to take the number one position. But there's such a range of sim racing games that are available now. It's nice to have a few that are really, really solid to like actually pick from. I can't think of any arcade racing games that I'm particularly interested in, or looking forward to coming out. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown is a thing that has released, and I played the open beta for it not that long ago. No, I didn't stream it or anything. I just played it because I was interested. And it just didn't seem like the 2 or 3 months from the time that the open beta was running to the time that it came out was going to be enough to like finish the game and make it polished, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It's not done. It's uncooked.
So, I mean, that's why I respect any developer that says, "Listen, we didn't hit the mark on this, so we're not releasing it yet." By all means, do that. Like, take your time, do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm about to say a bad word here, so just bear with me, everyone. That's typically what Nintendo does with their first party stuff. They say it will be done when it's done. So I've always respected that. I mean, they announced, okay, so just a real quick example that we can get back to the racing.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
They, so it was like probably a good 5 years ago. They were like, we're working on a new Metroid game. And they didn't share too many details of what it was going to be like, if we're getting another 3D one, if it was going to be side scrolling. And then like 2 years went, or a year went by, and they were like, listen, we're missing the mark on this. Something's not jiving. We can't seem to really figure out what we want to do with it. So we're scrapping it and we're starting over. Like, starting over. So we didn't get any Metroid news for like a while. And then like 3 years later, they're like, listen, we have a side scrolling Metroid. We're going to go back to our roots. We have a side scrolling one coming out called Dread. And that game's excellent.
Great.
Excellent old school Metroid game, side scrolling. It's excellent. And Dread was the proper name because they added kind of like a scary fear element to it. I'll stream that sometime. It's awesome.
Yeah, that sounds sick. Hey, thanks, Shields. Appreciate you. Yeah, the stash is in. The beard is gone.
I mean, that's pure trucker stash right there. That has to stay. I mean, it's just too good. It's too good. I can't do a stash. It's too like meh. If I did a stash, it'd be more like a paintbrush type stash. I wouldn't be able to do the manly silk caterpillars you got going on over there. I can't do that. Now I should bring back my freaking my pirate stash, where I could do the stash and then the bars go down along the mouth here.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I do the spike in the middle.
Oh, that'd be sick. You should do that.
I used to do that, and it actually worked on me. So I should bring that back.
Yeah, I could like bring the end of them, like I could let them go down more, but they like, because every time if I want to keep clean shave on the side, I have to like do it if I wanted to actually keep clean shaven, I'd have to do it every day, but I don't do that. But I keep it really short, and I just like take little tiny scissors and like trim it, the mustache every time. Otherwise, it just fucking gets everywhere, and it gets eaten like cereal with a long mustache. It's the worst. You make yourself uncomfortable and everybody else. It's the worst. Fucking milk gets all sticky and
should do the Lemmy.
The Lemmy?
What's the Lemmy is?
No.
The Lemmy is Lemmy from are you familiar with the band Motorhead?
I've heard some of their songs.
The Ace of Spades!
Yes.
The Ace of Spades!
Yes,
that's
I've heard that.
Lemmy is the lead singer and bass player of the band. God rest his soul. He passed away a couple years ago.
Rest in peace.
What a dude, too. You know what he did? Like, he lived in LA. What he did on a daily basis, he would go to the Rainbow Room on Sunset Strip, like one of the clubs, like one of the most popular clubs out there. If you walked into the Rainbow Room on any given day, he'd be sitting at the bar playing video poker and just drinking beer. And you'd walk in and be like, hey, what's up? Have a seat, grab a beer. Like a British dude. He's a like totally like awesome dude. He was so cool. But his whole beard. So it's a full beard. You got a chin strap. You got the whole chin strap like I got going on here.
What's his name? Sorry. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's the first time someone's used that. Since I added it, I forgot I put it in. I did some new sound alerts for bits if anybody wants to use them.
Yeah. Yeah, the new sound is great. I love it. The Lemmy is literally Lemmy. Lemmy from look him up. All it is a beard, right? With the you have to have the side. That's a Lemmy. Yeah.
That's a Lemmy. Okay.
Where you shave the chin, but you leave everything else.
Hell yeah.
That's known as the Lemmy now.
I could do that. I could do that.
You totally could do that. I could too, but I don't know how it would look on me. If I went to work like that, they'd all look at me like, dude, what the hell?
What are you doing?
No, they would actually probably think it's pretty cool because we're allowed to have beards and stuff like that. I mean,
Nice.
one of the women in my department, her name's Marley. Her name's Marley, by the way, which is awesome. Marlee, Marley. She
Marley.
was named after Bob Marley.
Nice.
Fucking awesome.
I know someone
She has
named
a
Marley.
septum.
It's not spelled that way.
She has a septum piercing, and our company's completely cool with it.
Sweet. I love that. Yeah, most of the jobs I've worked, I really haven't been able to wear jewelry or anything like that. People would do it at the sawmill, but I always told them to not do that because it wasn't gonna end well.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to be wearing jewelry at a sawmill.
Yeah, they would have.
You're asking for trouble.
It was like they would have some of them have like the cross on and like
around their neck. Ugh.
Yeah, and I was like, like
Ooh.
I don't care what you like, what kind of stuff you wear and everything, but like I'm telling you, like that's going to like hurt or kill you. That's gonna hurt or kill you. Like don't do that. Yeah, but
all right, back on topic.
Yes,
test drive unlimited solar crown, mostly negative. Oof.
Yeah,
Ew, you hate to see it. What's the percentage?
39%
39%
positive. Yeah. This is pretty
absolutely
rough.
Shields construction jewelry, bad idea. You're gonna have a bad time.
You're not gonna have a good time.
If you French fry when you're supposed to pizza, you're gonna have a bad time.
There are actually countless times that I can think where I've got like brushed by something or like caught like whacked something really hard and been like, dude, if I was like wearing anything that could get snagged, like I would have just been a goner. Don't do it. That's the moral.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Yeah, just if you're thinking about doing it, just don't. Just don't. Just don't do it.
If you're thinking Shia LaBeouf on this, just do it. Don't.
It's not like trying anchovies on pizza. That you have a bad time, but like it goes away. You can't try to wear jewelry.
Have a bad time.
You can't wear jewelry and make a mistake and try it again without it. It doesn't work.
Biggest piece of shit in gaming history.
Biggest. Oh, well, I zoomed in too much.
Wait, how do you spell a P when the B's all the way down by the space bar?
I don't. That's got to be intentional. Biggest piece of shit. Unfortunately, the game is simply unavailable at the moment, especially if you live in Asia. That's ironic, considering where it takes place. No matter how fast your connection is, your ping will be over 400, and because of this ping, online is dead. 2 weeks after the release, there's still no patch, and one day the game just turned off for servers in Asia for 3 days.
Oh my goodness gracious!
25 frames a second, RTX 2080, 1080p high, and 40 on medium.
Asala, I agree with you. Anchovies on pizza is actually pretty good.
You know what? I've never tried it. I can't say it's not. It's just the first thing that came.
It's actually pretty decent. They're just salty.
My friend's dad is convinced that sardines on grilled cheese is the best thing ever, and I haven't tried it yet.
I mean, not bad. I mean,
my bacon call is crazy. Bacon is mid, maybe slightly above that at best. I'll concede that it might be like mid plus.
I'm above mid on bacon. I can live without it, but I'm also in the minority. I like chewy bacon. I don't like crispy bacon.
I like bacon like almost burnt, but not.
Yes, yeah, no.
Even if it's burnt a little bit, like that's okay.
I'm out.
I'm not a bacon hater. I won't refuse bacon if it's offered to me.
Same, but I'm not
like, yeah, put that in my ice cream, bitch. I don't know, you know. From everything, 10 server errors out of 10 is this review. Game just bad, not a real test drive. Oh yeah, a lot of people are saying it's not like the real test drive games, which is kind of funny.
Oh.
Because you used to be able to eventually own a home, like a house, and now you get a condo, and I kid you not, when you load into the first condo, there are these lines on the floor, and there's like a triangle, and in this triangle, there's like a chair and a fireplace and a table, and it's written on the floor. It says living room. And there's another one, it says kitchen, and it's just this open concept apartment devoid of any, like, there's like no artwork, nothing like discernible about it.
Really?
It is a fake it is a fake ghost investigation video ass apartment. You know, those apartments are like a TikTok apartment, you know? They're like in an Airbnb
Yeah.
or something for a weekend, or like they, you know, there's nothing there. It's just weird. Pepperoni is better than meat lovers, which is better than pepperoni and bacon, which is better than bacon, which is better than sausage.
So here's something to ask this crowd about that. Now I know two of them are going to be probably pretty biased to this: Chicago pizza or New York pizza.
Ooh. See, I can't
I
even weigh
know.
in. Wouldn't know.
Well, yeah, you can. I mean,
I
I
mean,
imagine
like
you can get those styles in your area,
you
right?
can get those styles, but I mean, how strict are
There it
we?
is. New York is greasy paper.
So New York pizza sounds like the pizza that we used to get at elementary school. They would do a pizza lunch once a month, and it was just like it was thin, but like floppy and soggy.
See,
You
I'm
could
with
wring it out.
Asalo on this. I'm with Asalo on this though. I love New York style pizza. Yeah. See, that's right. I think we've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. A lot of people do think deep dish on that.
I haven't had a good deep
But
dish pizza in like a long time though. I don't know where to get it here. There's this
deep
place,
dish is a fine line for me. It's got to be done right. But that's funny.
greasy New York pizza, huh?
I mean, New York pizza literally is like dripping with grease, but that's just kind of the gloriousness of it.
Yeah. Do you have a cowboy hat pie? Hold on.
Oh my god. Yes, please. Please tell me you do. That'll be hysterical. I want no, go back.
I don't know how I'm going to wear my headphones like this because they don't go over the top of my head now.
Oh my goodness gracious. God almighty, you need to wear that during trucking streams.
Dutch! Dutch, get out here! There's a bunch of rapscallions that have come to collect my bounty! Dutch!
My bounty, Dutch.
My bounty, Dutch, help!
You know what Dutch says. You know, can't go against Dutch.
Can this go over? Maybe this can go over the headphones.
Oh, look at General and SXD on it.
This can go.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That is wild, actually, because he does look like Burt Reynolds.
Oh no.
Dear Lord.
Where's my phone?
Tootin' shooting. Jason Lee as well. Jason Lee, if he was in the Seth MacFarlane Western, you talking about A Million Ways to Die in the West, which I've never seen that movie. Everyone keeps telling me I need to see that.
Where is this image?
Watch party. General chat in SXD.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. And he does now look up My Name is Earl. Let me see if I can find here. I'll post it in general as well.
I'm gonna put a link to the Discord in the chat if anybody wants to join in.
There you go.
Break my capture.
You also look like him. You also look like Jason Lee. You're like a combination of Burt Reynolds and Jason Lee. Should we call you Burt Lee or Jason Reynolds?
Jason Reynolds, please. Take that.
Jason Reynolds.
There we go.
God rest his soul, Burt Reynolds. He just passed away recently too.
Oh, so I think that strap's a bit too tight. There we go.
Lev,
see if
Jana was
stay
actually
there.
playing that recently and pulled him up. Because a lot of people don't know that the actor Jason Lee was a skater before he got into acting. He was a good skateboarder. Now he was in Proving Ground, or not Proving Ground. She was playing another skating game that he was in. You're right. It wasn't Underground. Proving Ground was underrated. Yeah, Proving Ground was underrated. Project 8 was
I finally got my stream manager up on my phone here. There we go.
Did you?
All right.
What do you need? What are you trying to do?
No, I got it. I was trying to get my stream manager up so I can see like notifications.
Manager. Call the manager. Yeah, the manager.
Anyways, Now that I have my
Anyways,
hat.
tangents. Any good podcast has tangents.
Oh, of course. That's my favorite fruit. Oh, wait, no, this is a tangerine. Anyway. Yeah, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. The actual driving, from what I've heard, is pretty good, which is how I felt during the beta. But it's just like the online servers are broken, so it's pretty hard to tell, and the AI is all over the place, mostly not in a good way.
Once again, just undercooked, huh?
Just needed another, like, it needed another year, probably.
Yeah, and sadly enough, 9 times out of 10, it's not the developer's fault. Sadly.
Yep.
It's investors. It's freaking investors, man.
Yeah,
it's people that don't understand what it takes to make a good game. Just get it out there and make some money. It's come on, man.
This is a problem too. The game does not look like this. Like it just doesn't. It just does not look like that.
That's some Ubisoft right.
It looks like this. This is like an actual it's weird. Look, this looks fine. This looks good. This looks fine.
That's a Ubisoft move.
This is like AI. This is like sharpened and like upscaled. This isn't a Ubisoft game.
That's Dr.
I don't think.
That like I said, Ubisoft does that with all their freaking games.
One thing though, this classic cars, even when you go to dedicated dealerships, all the signs in the car dealers just say like Lamborghini, but just in like that font. They don't like use the Lamborghini. They have the rights to like the brands and stuff like that. And it just says it's like sans serif, Lamborghini, Koenigsegg. Like there's no There's no personality.
Anything, that sucks.
And you pull up to a building that looks like this on the outside, load into the interior, and it's like this, and there's nobody.
Ugh. Yuck.
Even this, like there's one car in here. It's weird. That looks like John Carmack. What's he doing there?
He just showed up. God, they need to do a remake of Rage.
Dude, I watched a talk by John Carmack recently about Rage. It's really interesting. I'll see if I can just pull it up and put it in the chat. But he basically like did a breakdown of what happened with Rage. He's like, it was a really it was a technical marvel, but it was also a disaster on the PC. And here's why. Like he broke down how the PC release got messed up and how they could avoid it in the future. He's very like non-ego driven, just very like that's what happened. And that's
the thing that I've always loved about him is he's very matter of fact about stuff. He flat out tells everybody like the short and skinny of like what something is. Like, I mean, he's like pretty much the godfather of the first person shooter genre.
Yeah. So this is a 3.5 hour talk he did in the comments.
Damn.
The first comment is, I'm so sick my voice may give out. Yes, it is. Goes on talking for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, what a boss.
Here's a quote that encapsulates exactly what I'm talking about. I want to apologize to all of you here, especially how badly we did on the PC space. Many in this industry seem to defend poor choices, and yeah, he doesn't. He's cool. So I'm just going to link this in the chat if anybody wants to watch it. Cool. The whole thing is interesting.
Yeah, that'll be some watch fodder for me.
Yeah, it's awesome.
For sure.
Anywho, on to something slightly more positive. Doom and Doom 2. I streamed this.
Oh, yeah, baby.
The Doom and Doom 2 still going strong, 3 decades later? Over 3 decades? It's insane.
God, this was such a great thing that they did.
Yep. 2 back-to-back. 3, actually. Quake 2, and Doom 1 and 2 together. Yeah. Quake got more of an overhaul. Quake 2, rather, got more of an overhaul recently than I realized. They did, they updated a bunch of the graphics and stuff like that, but not the RTX version. That's like a separate thing.
No.
But the actual, just Quake 2 got a similar treatment to Quake 1. They sort of went through it and made it a complete package with DLC and stuff like that. So I might actually play through Quake 2 now. I've never played through it because it doesn't hold my interest the way Quake does.
So I tried. I will say this, I did. I should try it again. But Quake 2, in the grand scheme of the Quake series, still sits in a very, 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 very weird space for me. I want to like it. I want to. But it just diverted so hard from the atmosphere and what the first one is. Like I said, fear. I don't want to fear change. I don't want to diss change. Like I don't want to diss it and be like, oh, that's not good. It's just there's something for me. Like the overhaul's great. They did a great job on the overhaul with like how they did with Quake One, but there's still a weird disconnect in the gameplay for me. Nothing feels satisfying with the guns for me. Something is just off with like all of the guns. I don't feel the same impact in that game when you shoot something like you do
Yeah,
in Doom 2 and in Quake.
the sounds are
There was
weak.
always some yeah, the sound design just isn't there. And also the animation to how do I want to say this? The the juxtaposition between the enemy design, the animation that you get when you shoot the enemy, and the sound design, and also the animation of the gun itself. None of it jives for me. Like something just feels disconnected
Yeah,
and just flat.
none of it's really bad on its own, but
Right.
it doesn't like it's got more advanced level design and architecture and models and stuff like that than Quake 1 does. Like undeniably, but Quake feels more immersive.
Right. Nothing feels threatening in Quake 2 to me,
Yeah. Now,
except for the little doggy things that shoot out the tongues.
I know exactly what you're
The
talking
little
about, and those things can die. They're
yeah.
assholes. They're like the
Other than
spawns
that,
of Quake
nothing
2.
feels threatening. Like the Strogg just don't do it for me. I think it just got like I think the Quake 2 thing was too military-esque and commonplace for shooters. Um Now listen, I played the living shit out of the multiplayer of that though, because that's when PC multiplayer shooters were changing.
Yep.
And then Unreal Tournament came out.
And it was all ogre.
And that's when I was like, ooh, now I played the living shit out of Quake 3. Um, I was a big proponent of Quake 3 over Unreal Tournament because I felt that Quake 3 was a little bit more visceral and to the point.
Yep.
But then I came to respect Unreal Tournament for what it was over the years then.
The
But
bots are also
with
pretty
this,
good in that. Like they still sort of stand up. Like if you want to play a
yeah,
game of with bots, Unreal Tournament, like they are obviously bots, but they do a pretty good job.
they know their AI in that game was actually quite good. So I give, you know, Cliffy B and all the people over there all the credit in the world for what they did with Unreal Tournament. And that was back when it was great to see that there was a competition between Unreal Tournament and what Quake was doing. And because any good, healthy competition is good for everyone.
Right.
It makes developers push the envelope. It makes developers come up with new things and new ways to enjoy the games. Now, do I feel like with Quake 3, when they did Quake 3, what the hell was it? You had Quake 3. And then what was
Team Arena?
the yeah, was it Quake 3 Team Arena?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I felt like they kind of jumped the shark a little bit then. I
Well,
felt level design
was it not
was
like
me.
the same game but teams, or was there whole new levels and stuff? I don't think I've actually played either
So
of
there were
them.
new levels. It was everything. It was like it was very team focused. So it basically added all these other team modes, which you technically could get in Quake 3 with mods
Right.
and stuff like that. So basically, it was their way of going, oh, hey guys, here's our version of popular mods out there. And it was also like their take on Team Fortress, sorta. You didn't have the classes really, but the level design was extremely mediocre in Team Arena. Um,
Did you ever play Quake
like,
Live?
so here's the thing. I got out of it then after 3 and Team Arena kind of fizzled. I went through a very long stint of my life then where I wasn't PC gaming for quite some time. So I missed out on Quake Live.
I played a little bit of Quake Live because I wanted to play Quake 3 Arena and I couldn't get it to run. It would just like everything was completely like Fulbright or even more so. It was like someone turned Bloom up to 10 million. Like everything, the
Right.
menu, I don't know what it was, and this was an error that some people had had, and I went through all kinds of forums and stuff like that. Could never get it to work. Quake Live worked though. I played a little bit of it and sort of got stomped into mush by people that knew what they were doing, and this was also a while ago.
I
And
mean, it's the
then
Twitch shooter of Twitch shooters,
yeah,
dude.
I
I
mean
mean, it's like
I've played Quake Champions a little bit, and if I got into that, I could probably build some skill in it, and I think it's pretty fun. But there are other shooters that I'd probably sooner play
yeah,
again.
yeah. It's just Quake 3 in general, and just that whole overall arena shooter like genre is pretty much gone by the wayside. There's still a hardcore, diehard fan base that plays this stuff, sure, but the problem is it still has a hardcore, diehard fan base. So you try to get in there and learn the ropes, and you're just getting annihilated.
Yeah,
And I'm not sure how monitored this stuff is anymore either, as far as people hacking, cheating, all that happy stuff.
it's not exactly
But
an arena shooter, but I'm looking forward to Splitgate 2 coming out.
yeah, I know you and Colton were talking about this. I had seen and played a little bit of. My whole thing is, listen, I'm all for the arena shooters. I love watching you play them. Or just like the general competitive shooters that are out there these days. I just can't keep up with them anymore. I got old. I got old. I also don't like all the bells and whistles that a lot of these games have. I just want to go in and shoot shit. But Slipgate does look interesting.
Yeah, Splitgate's basically, at least Splitgate 1 is Halo meets Portal. You have a portal gun,
Yeah,
and
yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, the concept's great, and I've
it's
seen some
really
good
fun,
stuff
and
when you
it
guys
plays
played
really
it.
well. And me, Colton, Shields, and Nate got ranked. Like, we played the competitive ranked mode. And I don't know how many
Nice.
people are still playing that now, but there's been a resurgence of
So,
people
what was the
online.
deal though? Why did you guys stop playing it? Was it just a situation of just stop playing it, or was there a reason?
No, we played it for a little
Stop
bit
playing
and
it.
stopped playing it. Not because we
Yeah.
didn't like it. Like, we were playing again fairly recently. Me and Colton, I think Nate hopped on with us. Yeah, like, I still have it installed. I reinstalled it because I was hearing about Splitgate 2. I missed my window to play the open alpha or open beta. So this is going to release in what, 2025? I mean, if it's literally, if it's a copy paste with like maybe updated graphics and stuff like that, I wouldn't really be upset if it was basically the same thing on a newer engine, to be honest. I think I heard somewhere through the grapevine that there's sliding now, and it's a little bit more movement based, but
Okay.
only time will tell
Okay.
on that. I'm excited to at least try it when it comes out. Whether I'll stick with it or not, I don't know. Steven says he's getting
That's
into
awesome.
CS because he never played PC
Yeah,
games back in the
dude,
golden age.
totally understandable. I mean, listen, you actually are the one. Steven's actually the one that got me to try out Counter Strike. I was watching the one night. I was playing. I was actually holding my own. I mean, it's brutal, but I was holding my own fairly well. I still don't know like what the main strategies are for that game, like holding certain points and things like that.
But you have to buy a $500 knife. That's actually the first thing you have to do.
Okay. Like all that stuff. Like I'm not privy to how like all that really works. But yeah, I mean, it is cool to see that like a lot of these like shooters that have been coming out, like you were playing, always liked watching you play Valorant and stuff like that. But again, there were power-ups. I'm like, I don't want power-ups. I just give me that's why Counter-Strike was actually kind of like, okay, excuse me. But I'm iffy about objective based shooters too. I'm a sucker for just a standard team deathmatch. I know I sound vanilla and boring. Listen, when I get a
No, no.
milkshake, what flavor do I get? Vanilla. That's just me. I
I
like things to be simple because that's the era that I come from.
I like TDM. I really like free for all. I'm a big free for all guy. I like just running around blasting. It's because I spent so much damn time playing Quake multiplayer, just running
Right,
around.
right, right. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
that's what I did in Quake 3 is I played standard free for all multiplayer or
yeah.
team deathmatch.
Don't
So that's what I prefer.
don't be too hard on yourself about being in any percentage of any rank in Counter Strike, dude. There's a there's a problem in competitive Counter Strike and competitive shooters. We'll leave it there, but
Now,
it's
Battlefield back in the day was the shit, dude. I loved Battlefield. what the hell was it called? Bad Company. Bad Company was awesome. That was the battlefield to have it. Oh god, enemy territory. So this is the one Quake game I never really played.
So enemy territory Quake Wars. I don't know, where's my box? I have it. Trust me, I have it. I have a box copy of this game.
Bad Company 1 was fantastic. But, 2142 needs a comeback. I agree. It's just, again, to nail the shooter market these days, like to nail the formula is so hard now because of the way people play these games.
Yeah, I've literally, this hat has been sitting on a shelf over there for years. And the reason I never put it on is because I have one exactly like this, but it's blue and I like blue better and I wear that one all the time.
But don't ever take that off, because if you wear that during American Truck Simulator, that makes it even better because it looks like you literally just got that at a truck stop. Buddy, you gotta leave it like that.
Buddy, tonight it was Tacky's. How are you? Tacky's at 7-Eleven and bought cowboy hat. Also,
it's really good to see you.
I miss you, Gabby. We got to play Gmod horror maps again.
It's really good to see you.
And it's been too long. Play games with us, please. Miss you. We found out that there was a thirst for proper BF games last year for the 1 month that BattleBit popped off. Yeah. How is that game doing?
What game?
BattleBit, basically Roblox Battlefield, but it wasn't actually Roblox.
Oh yeah, I heard about this but never saw it in action.
Oh. That's a shame. Whoa. Monday, November 27th, 2023, and here we are almost a year later.
2023.
That's peaked at 40,000 current. Is that what that is? Yeah. And it's down to 5% of that. But let's see. In the last 7, like, is it stable? It's stable. It has a player base. You know. Yeah, it started going down, but now it's sort of evened out. I guess 2,500 players is enough to find. Enough to find some games, but it is almost Spooktober. I want to play some spooky games for Spooktober. I'm thinking about getting. Where is it? Getting this bar light that I have, and I'll put it under my face when I'm playing horror games, and I'll be spooky.
I am the leprechaun. Yeah.
I just blinded myself. Yeah.
Yep.
It'll be good. I was considering Alien Isolation.
Some spoopy games too.
I bought Alien Isolation like with all the DLC for like $10 a while ago when it was on sale.
Dude.
Never played it.
Dude. Buckle up if you play that.
I like to say I don't get scared by horror games, but we'll see.
Oh, I don't typically either, but dude, buckle up.
Yeah, it'll be no problem. I'll be all right. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I got to do something though. I gotta do like a counter. I set up a death counter for I mean, it doesn't have to be a death counter, but I figured out how to do it with the bot with Stream Elements. I think you do the same thing for your Krouzer with Zelda, right?
Yes.
So
yep. I did. And I just have it programmed in my Steam Deck.
Yeah.
So I just hit the button.
So I just have to do a command in chat. I'm sure I could figure out a way to bind that to something or do it on my phone, but I'll have to do a counter of when I actually get scared. What would that mean? Like, what do I do every time I get scared? It's gotta have some kind of negative repercussion for me because I'm always such a cocky bastard about not getting scared by horror games.
You need to commit to this game. Yeah, the AI in the game is actually extremely interesting. So there's that. The other thing is there is no combat. There's no combat. It's about staying away from the xenomorph. And it's incredible. The AI does have a tendency to learn what you're doing. That's what makes it even more frightening. It will track you based on your sound, based on your tendencies. Like, it's pretty crazy what it does. Like, if I'm not mistaken, if I used the same like types of strategies on it, it would adapt and kind of ignore certain things later. Violent horror stories.
So Gabby said I should play this.
So Gabby's recommendations are...
Gabby's always right.
9.99999 times out of 10, like spot on.
It's in my cart. I'm not doxing my own card to check out right now, but it's in my cart. So I got you.
Yes.
I'll play that. Yeah, I don't want to drink lemon juice, and I don't want. I would drink. I would do like take a drink, but I can't right now because my tummy will explode. But if I've had surgery to fix that by the time that I do that, then we'll see. It all depends. Unreal Piggy, hey, how are you doing? You're that guy that does the stuff on Linux, right? Right. Unfortunately, I'm not streaming off of Linux yet, but I was working on my laptop the other day, which has Linux on it, getting it updated and trying to do a few things here and there. Linux hippie. Oh, no, my hat. I was convinced by chat to put a cowboy hat on. And I'm here with my buddy Krouzer. I think he's just saying goodnight to his son. We've just been shooting the shit about gaming.
Good.
Second time we've I can't make the hat stay on my head now. It's fallen off. All right, there, we're good.
That's impressive that you're Linux disciple. I like to see it.
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy? You know, remember when me and you were in a voice call, Krouzer, and it was my first time playing Doom Eternal, and I was like, oh, this is fucking sick, and then I was up till like the sun came up. Yeah. You know what happened when I logged off? I was like, oh, I'll find a Twitch stream to watch, and it was like Doom Eternal, Ultra Nightmare, Linux Gamer. I just started messing with my... I can't taking the hat off. It's falling and it's bugging me. Get out of here. But yeah, it was like all of the tags of the things that I happened to be like pursuing and doing at the time. It was like the stars aligned. I was like, I gotta watch this guy, and the streams are good, you know. I don't always get to tune in, but they're definitely interesting. Let's do a shout out. I typed this without misspelling it.
Shout it out loud.
There we go. Go give Unreal Piggy a follow. It's good content. Yeah, you've been using Linux as long as I've been alive. That's pretty crazy. One day I'll figure it out. One day I'll figure out how to use a Bluetooth earbuds for Discord on Linux. It's not today, but it'll happen eventually. Yeah, I appreciate the offer for help.
Man, playing some Serious Sam.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, all kinds of cool stuff.
I dropped a follow.
Sweet, let's go.
Piggy, I dropped a follow for you. I would totally watch some Serious Sam action. That's just pure shooter anarchy.
Hang on. Who am I? Oh, he left. That was the final straw. He's gone now.
Man, I remember playing the first Serious Sam back in the day, and when the headless guys come running at me and they're like, I was like, what is happening?
Yeah. I started doing that. I said, who am I? And I started screaming like that, and you took your headphones and got up real quick. Left. That was funny.
I literally had to get up to say night to my wife.
No, you're good.
Because I work later evening shifts tomorrow and Friday, so I will not see my wife and kid for the next 2 days.
Getting the grind, dude. So,
it's the grind, baby. It's getting there.
Yeah.
Still like reading and learning the CDL portions of stuff. I mean, the CDL stuff is actually like crazy. Just the amount of stuff that you have to absorb and the knowledge. It's like, damn.
Piggy, you're making an open source app for Twitch, as in like a Twitch viewer player. Give me the not TikTokified.
He's like, I want it.
I want it. I need it. I don't like the Twitch app.
Nobody does.
We got to battle a bit and talking about this. And okay, yeah, Enemy Territory Quake Wars. There was a game called Wolfenstein Enemy Territory.
Yep.
And that was a class-based shooter. I've played that. And Enemy Territory Quake Wars is just Wolfenstein Enemy Territory on a newer graphics engine, and it's Strogue versus GDF, Global Defense Force. And I didn't know this game existed, but one day for my birthday years and years ago, my buddy was like, "You like Quake right here?" And he like found it at GameStop for $10 and gave it to me. And it's awesome. Right. If you go to etqw.org, follow the instructions on this website and join their Discord. There's more instructions on there. It's a modern like launcher, and it'll work with like widescreen resolutions. Like basically all the faffing about one would have to do. Like you remember with Quake and some games, if you wanted to like launch an expansion, you would have to like make a separate shortcut. If you wanted it to boot into a mod, you'd have to like make a shortcut and then give it special parameters and stuff. So it used to be that every time, like if a server had, you know, this kind of mod and a server had that kind of mod, you'd have to make a shortcut, launch the mod, and all you like, you'd have to apply a widescreen fix again, and you'd have to apply this fix again. This does all that as a general patch, and it does some resource saving stuff as well. Like if a server you join has custom map 123, and another server you join also has custom map 123, the launcher will check, okay, this server is requesting that the game has custom map 123, and then it checks to see if you have it before re-downloading, and if you do, you don't have to re-download another copy of the map. It's neat. I'd like to do a stream with Enemy Territory Quake Wars, but I have to figure out capturing it and stuff. It's an old game, so it's probably going to be at least a tad janky with stuff like that. But it's still alive enough that there are servers you can find games. Not at all hours of the days, but if you're on when people are on, then it won't be a problem. Self-hosted bot. TTS, sounds, bands, all free open source. 90% done. Companion app on top on Android for phone and tablet. That's ugly code, but pretty much done. Benefit is no one takes a cut of your profits or steals your data. Huh. That's awesome. So that's what you use for your notifications on your stream then, Piggy? I would assume he does have a bot, and it'll say so and so said something. I'm not sure exactly what triggers it, but sometimes it'll read out chat messages but replace certain words with other things. It's really funny. I like it. Full stream is done by your bot only. Wow. All notifications like for follows and stuff too? Because that's pretty impressive.
It's pretty hot. That's pretty hot.
That is fucking dope. I love that shit, man. That kind of stuff. So yeah. Doom and Doom 2. If you haven't played them, go play them.
I mean, now's the time. Like, if you literally have not played the classic shooter that pretty much, like, how do I reward this? This is the shooter that pretty much puts shooters on the map.
Yep.
And every shooter that's out there today owes everything to these two games. If you've never played these, now's the time, because now they're updated to run on modern systems. And what I love is they completely personally, they retain the exact vibe. Like, it's still the games that we know and love, but now they just run modern and they run better. Like it doesn't take away from it.
I've played Doom on older hardware. I've played it on DOS box. Like it's just quality of life stuff. And if you want to make it look retro and pixelated and stuff, you can totally do that. Like, you know, if you want to have to get out the bifocals to play Doom, have at it. You can do that. And it comes with all these expansions. Most of these were official, I think. Sigil, I'm pretty sure John Romero made Sigil. I better not talk out of my ass, but I'm pretty sure about that.
Plutonia was definitely...
These are brutal. These are really hard. And then there's a whole bunch of add-on content. You can like browse for custom campaigns. And on top of that, you can still drag and drop mods in. You want to know what's crazy, though? This is not running directly on the original Doom engine. This is running on the same engine that the Quake... Yep, it's the Kex engine. The Kex engine is this engine that was developed by Night Dive Studios, I think. They are like goated remaster or re-releasers, it seems. These are all things that they've worked on.
I'm gonna have to agree with Piggy on this one. That is the only downside. That is the only downside. But that's Bethesda at work.
I see.
There.
I didn't consider that.
That's not it at work. That's Bethesda at work.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they didn't open source Doom right away. They didn't take them very long, but they didn't do it as soon as they didn't release it and make it an open source project.
Sure.
For commercial viability, I'm not like even trying to play devil's advocate. I'm just saying, like, just because it's not now doesn't mean it can't later, but it probably won't, because Kex is like, I mean, I don't know how much of this stuff it powers, but it does Doom 64, Quake. I don't know about Quake 2. Blood Fresh Supply, undoubtedly. Um, Doom and Doom 2. So yeah, I don't know. It would be nice, but what like you still get the original WAD files. So if you want to run an open source engine like
Sure.
GZ Doom, Chocolate Doom, whatever, there's a gazillion bajillion of them. You can just take your WAD file and point it to it and play an open source port, which is nice. It's not like they scrubbed that or removed it from your library. You can still play the DOSBox version, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't hold my breath. It would be neat. It's possible, but I won't hold my breath for that one. Like, if you could, what would you redo in the Kex engine for quality of life? What game needs a quality of life update? Just like, modern resolutions, maybe gamepad support, networking again, peer-to-peer networking. I can think of one, and it's Duke Nukem 3D.
There you go.
God bless the people that made the build engine, but goddamn, that does not hold up the same way as Doom and Quake.
Every time I go to play that, oh my God, Sin. Oh my God, I have not seen that in like decades.
In gold.
Jesus.
Night Dive Studios publisher sales. I wonder if they have like a mega pack on right now. Hold up.
Hold up here. Hello.
Pood. This looks oh. This looks sick.
This is a classic. Yeah, this is a classic.
Is that Kex? Yes, it is. Look at that.
Yes, it is.
Was this build engine originally?
Yeah. I think so.
Because I see vertical aiming.
Yeah, every time I try to go like, hey, let's revisit Duke Nukem 3D, it just controls like ass. It's just not.
The problem is I want to use the mouse with it like I do with Doom, but I don't know if it's mouse acceleration or a lack thereof or what it is, but the mouse does not I can't point the crosshair in a build engine game where I want it to go properly. Right. This looks fucking awesome though.
Yeah, this was a classic. Very underrated game.
Digging the soundtrack too. Holy shit. This is really sick. What are those? Oh man.
Game was really weird.
This is wild. Add that to my wish list. Oh man, I'm getting sidetracked here. I was looking at all of this is on sale.
That's what we do.
Thing remastered coming soon.
Kings.
Yeah. Turok.
I used to love that on N64. But man, let me tell you, that was back in the day when there was a one, analog stick.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess what you did on N64 to play a shooter like that?
What?
You used the C buttons. So there was a series, there's basically 6 buttons on the face of an N64 controller. You had A and B, and then you did the 4 yellow buttons that were up, down, left, right. Right?
Just a quick PSA, System Shock is $4. System Shock 2 is $4.
That's a game that we all owe a lot to as well. That was a groundbreaking game. The first one has had a full overhaul remake that is insanely good.
Yeah.
They're working on the remake for System Shock 2.
The remake of System Shock 1's basically, it's not quite full price.
That's what's known as an immersive sim, because it has RPG elements and it has inventory management elements and stuff like that. That's very appropriate. Listen, this remake of the first one is fantastic because it retains the vibe but modernizes it. And it's puzzle solving. There's a lot of puzzle solving. This guy looks
like he left his phone connected to the Bluetooth speaker in the family room. He's running downstairs.
This is a game that I actually been wanting to stream for quite some time.
Dude,
the first System Shock.
I like the unrestricted or relatively unrestricted color palette too. It's not muted.
Yep. Nice. Yeah, no, it's not muted at all. It's so I will say this: System Shock and System Shock 2 are extremely influential, and if nobody's privy to this, they are the predecessors to BioShock. They are the games that led to BioShock, the BioShock series. Um, the guys that made BioShock, a couple of the people that were involved in creating BioShock, used to work for the company that made System Shock. So they were like, these are the spiritual successors. Now, is BioShock by any means the same type of games? No. Um, BioShock's a little bit more straightforward of a shooter, the whole series,
Yeah.
with with the extra powers, the plasmas and stuff like that. It's cool, but they dumped out the immersive sim elements
Yeah,
of the RPG stuff.
I didn't find it was really that important to like micromanage my abilities and slots in
No,
even
there's
on a
not.
harder difficulty. I felt like regardless of what my loadout was, I could sort of get through any situation.
You could.
But
And they
it
left it open
definitely,
like that on purpose.
yeah, it made it harder or easier depending on what you did for sure, but you could sort of
Right.
squeak by.
But it was when more common shooters were the in thing, just straightforward shooters.
Yeah.
So they opted to kind of water it down a bit. Now, storytelling wise, Bioshock games are still great by all means. God, you're taking me back here, dude. Forsaken? Are you kidding me?
Some
Oh
some of
my
these games I'm not even
God.
familiar with.
So, Forsaken is an interesting beast. First
Whoa,
person,
that's loud.
but wait till you see the gameplay of this. I challenge you to play one of these games, dude.
Bet.
Full 360-degree
Oh man.
movement. You're a ship moving around in full 360
I have heard of
degree
this. This
movement
looks
space.
awesome.
It's crazy. And it will mess with your head. Because they're not showing it here, but you could turn completely upside down. Like, yep, absolute control. It is wild. That was a banger back in the day. And a special kind of banger because not everybody could play it because of the free motion. They get lost.
What
they
was
get
this?
spun around.
What was this on? What did systems did this release on originally?
PC strictly P.
Can I play with a joystick?
Strictly P. Possibly. I shouldn't say strictly PC. This may have been on PlayStation, the original PlayStation.
That looks sick. It's on my wish list.
Yeah, that's a classic. For sure, a classic.
All kinds of stuff in here in their Night Dives catalog.
Hey, they do it right.
Yep.
I've always liked their stuff.
Now, on the topic of re-releases or remasters, Horizon Zero Dawn's remaster. I haven't played this game, but a lot of people are really excited for this, so I wanted to mention it and see if you had any thoughts on it.
Yes. So here's the deal. I have played the series. It's fantastic. If you want like a good, straightforward open world game, Horizon Zero Dawn's great. The story's actually pretty fantastic too. Aloy is voiced by Ashley Birch. She's great as well. She nails the character, nails the vibe. If anybody used to watch the internet series on YouTube, Hey Ash, what you playing? That's the Ashley Birch I'm talking about. We should watch some of those sometime in a watch party.
Be fun.
So literally Cinderella story when it comes to Ashley Birch's rise to being a voice actor. He has something to say about it in like a minute. Okay.
Can I like
Does
have dark
Horizon?
Mode on? Oh God.
There you go. Horizon Zero Dawn is a great game. And like I said, and the sequel that's on PS5 right now that just came out for PC, Forbidden West, is takes it to another level and is even better.
That's awesome.
Now, here's the thing about the remaster for Horizon Zero Dawn. Did it need a remaster? Not really. It really didn't need to be done. Now, I will defend the devs a little bit on why they did the remaster. They wanted to do a remaster in order to get Aloy, her design in line with the current game. In Forbidden West, they overhauled her face and they overhauled her body and everything to be a little bit more, let's say, less misogynistic.
I see.
And even her original design in the original Zero Dawn wasn't very misogynistic to begin with. They wanted it to be just a real woman
Right.
without all this makeup, without, the voluptuous, vibe and everything like that. And a lot of listen, I'm just going to flat out say it like this. A lot of sick ass gamers out there complained about the way she looked. And
Didn't
it was like,
didn't this happen with Resident Evil, or no? What's the other one that Jaina likes? God damn it, Silent Hill. There's
sort of.
some character in Silent Hill they redesigned, and
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah. And so they didn't want to over sexualize the character, and they didn't. They wanted to keep it more realistic, and I appreciate that. She's a great character as it is. But now, does Horizon Zero, both Horizon games, as open world games, do they get a little tedious? Does it get a little like check things off the list type of stuff, like go do this, go do that, go do this, go do that? Yes, to a degree, there is some of that. Um, but overall vibes and overall like gameplay and stuff like that, I would give the first game a good solid 7.5.
Yeah, like worth playing
And I
for,
would and I would probably it I don't think Lev heard what I said. I agree with you on that. It doesn't need a remaster. Technically, it doesn't need it. I understand the whole, hey, we want to make the character look consistent, but it really didn't need to be done. This is a little bit of a Sony cash in. I
includes,
will
yeah,
say that.
they did re-record some stuff, re-record a conversation on motion capture, as well as quote unquote countless graphic. Yeah,
Countless.
really? You can't count that high?
Yeah.
Is nobody at Sony can count them?
So the
Upgraded
DualSense haptic triggers, yeah.
upgraded character models, improved shaders and textures, enhanced conversation cameras to go with the new motion capture, plus support for 3D audio, DualSense triggers, and your old saves. So
I don't know about that, Lev, because here's the thing. Um, you still had to install the disc content on the system. The only thing that the discs technically do on PlayStation at this point is your license sits on there, and you have to have the disc in for it to access
yeah,
the license.
like this is essentially a
That's it.
DLC. It's not. It's like
Yeah.
it's $10.
It shouldn't cost anything. Personally, it should not cost anything. That's my only beef with it too. $10. I mean, $10 isn't bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It's not terrible. But
Remappable
it is
remappable
it
controls and
isn't.
stuff is good.
Yeah. It is. I mean, remappable controls again. That should be an upgrade. It's free.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's sort of that's an accessibility thing.
Correct. So yeah, for them to be charging full price for the remaster for people that don't own it shouldn't be happening. $30 at most. Personally, $30.
So
I could get away with that.
This poll on this website says how many hours do you spend gaming a week? What do I do if the number of hours I spend gaming a week isn't an option?
That's a terrible poll. That's a terrible poll. Clickbait.
Oh, 10 hours plus. Wait, why is it in a weird order? Less than an hour, 5 to 8, 10 plus, 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 8 to 10. What is this?
What the hell? Yeah, don't click it. Don't click it. That's out of its mind.
But I want to see.
But I'm reaping the benefits.
What motivates you to buy a new console? Get out of here, Sony. Get out of here. I'm not telling you.
That's not Sony. That's Eurogamer doing that.
You don't think Sony slipped Eurogamer a crispy 5-ski in the back alley to make a poll about gaming, and then the next question be what motivates you to buy a new console?
I mean, sure, maybe.
Possible. I'm going full conspiracy nut on this article. It's all an inside job.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Tell you what motivates me to buy a new console. Good games. Pretty much. And, like, affordability. This is, I think, like, if you want to take full advantage of the remaster, you need a PS4 for PS5 Pro when that comes out, or is that out
What do you
already?
need a PS5 Pro for?
To take like full advantage of.
Oh, don't worry about that. PS5 Pro.
I'm not
There's
worried
no
about it.
reason to get a PS5. No, there's no reason to get a PS5 Pro right now for anyone. I will say that. Listen, I love my PlayStation. I favor PlayStation over Xbox these days. I used to be an Xbox head, but I switched because I'm more of a single player guy. I don't do a lot of multiplayer stuff. So Sony had the right single player games for me.
Yeah,
I know we all get caught up in the politics and the semantics of what this company's doing, what that company's doing, and stuff like that. I mean, this might be just my age talking. I've gotten to the point where I just don't focus on that stuff anymore. You know, call me a bad gamer that I don't support the community and backing up the community for bringing down the man and stuff like that. I just want to play games, and that's where I put my focus on
yeah,
now. I understand if people are upset about stuff, and you're more than welcome to voice your discontent with that stuff. But I don't get into those semantics anymore. I don't want to say I don't care, but I kind of don't
Well, I mean,
because
I don't think the man in this sense of the gaming industry needs any help bringing himself down. I think he's unloading slugs into his own feet, and we just got
right,
to keep gaming, and
right, just keep
it'll
gaming.
sort
Like,
itself
listen,
out.
support this. Yeah, support the stuff that you want to support, and if you feel that strongly about a company like shit in the bed or like doing this and that, then don't buy their shit. That's all I can say. Is if you really feel that strong about it, more power to you. Don't buy their shit.
Hmm?
My thing is that I've witnessed it with some other people that I know outside of this community and everything like that, is they will piss and moan about this company doing this company doing that, but then they're sitting there buying that game the second it comes out. Like, dude, what are you doing? You just told me the other day that you can't take another thing that they do and you just bought the game. Well, I need to see how it is. Okay.
I
All right, man.
need it. I need to
All right,
know. I
man.
need to know. Yeah.
That's why I listen. I don't have the time to really put into. I know that sounds pretentious to sit here and say I don't have the time to worry myself with that stuff. I really don't.
Yeah. I mean, there's only
I
so
just want
many
to hang out
hours
with
in a
you.
day. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to hang out with you, talking about games and play games. I want to hang out with my family, play games with my son, and that's it. If I come across a piece of politics in gaming politics I don't like, you know what I do? I don't buy their shit. I don't buy their shit.
Yeah.
Like one company, I literally don't buy their shit anymore. Blizzard. I don't buy their shit. I don't, for a number of reasons. And, yeah, one of them is about the controversy that came out. That's part of it. But there's a number of other things, and
Yeah, I just have general rules like
yeah,
I really like will probably never pre-order anything again. I can think of a few things, but like if I could pre-order DLCs for SCS Truck Simulator games, I would pre-order the
sure.
DLCs. But other than that, there's
I
nothing
don't
that
pre-order.
there's nothing I can think of. No, I've done it a couple times. I've been burned both times. One was with GTA 5. It ended up being a fine game and everything like that, but they delayed it and delayed it and they delayed it coming to PC because it didn't come to PC at launch, and
Right.
I was just like left hanging out $80 or $90, and it was like delayed by a year. Now, if they'd said it's going to take us a year and a half to get this from consoles extra, it's going to take us another year and a half. Fine, but they were like, "Oh, it's going to be done in 2 months. It's going to be done in 3 months. It's going to be done in 2 months," and it was just like
Right.
felt like it was being strung along. And then the other one I pre-ordered and kind of regretted was Black Ops 3 because it had performance and multiplayer issues on PC when it came out. It was just sort of a mess when it launched, and I mean, not to circle back to that again, but it still is to a certain extent. So I just let stuff come out, and
Yep.
I'm not enticed by being able to play a game like 3 days early
Right.
in
Typically,
exchange
I'm not either.
for laying my money down for
Right.
something that's not proven. But speaking of new games coming out, you said there's a new Zelda thing happening, a new Zelda game?
Yeah, and we're gonna be playing it on. I'm gonna be streaming it on Saturday. I don't know what time yet. I got to figure out what time, and I
What's
will announce that to everybody in our Discord.
what's it called?
Um, it is called The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. DOE is
I can't type.
Echoes of Wisdom. So we are
Am I
going.
going to potentially spoil anything for you by clicking on this link?
Nope.
No pun intended.
Nope. IGN already gave it a 9 out of 10.
Cool.
Here's the deal. we get to play as Zelda. It's not the first game that lets you do that in Zelda games, but it's the first like good game
Is
to do
this
that.
like? Oh yeah, sort of isometric stuff. This isn't really
Yep,
isometric exactly, but
it's back to the top-down style.
they did one a long time ago that
school.
had a really cute art style like this. I wouldn't know what it's called, but like I see,
Link's Awakening.
yeah, I really like this art
So,
style.
yep, a couple years ago they did Link's Awakening. This is actually a direct sequel to Link's Awakening. So this is a brand new game. This isn't like a remaster or anything.
Ooh.
So what they did here was they're going to tell you what they did. I think you're going to dig what they did here.
Sweet.
Hyrule is a land of plentiful abundance.
The Clash of Clans? I can't tell. No, just kidding.
Where Hyrule Castle stands enfolded by its castle
They basically took a page from Tears of the Kingdom and let you break the game.
You'll encounter new and interesting people in each of its diverse regions.
Stop it, Shields.
The Gerudo Desert consists of scorching dunes as far as the eye can see, and is
they
prone
get all
to
like, oh my god.
sandstorms. That's no problem for the women of the Gerudo tribe, though.
Yep.
There are many ruins full of mysteries here. And an oasis, a great place to relax.
Okay, this isn't actually explaining.
Jabul
this is actually a new video
home to some of Hyrule's most
locations.
scenic waterways. It's also
Zelda
where you
herself
can find the
cannot
Caesura
technically attack. She can
who each
later.
reside in their respective
But
villages.
the way the game's designed is you have that little guy following you and stuff like that. You cast spells in order called echoes in order to get through puzzles and stuff in the game. You conjure items. Like you can conjure beds and stack them to like climb them to get to different things, or like whatever your imagination come up. There's a table.
So good
she
old
can like up. What's
good
that?
Good old puzzle solving.
Yeah. So there's going to be environmental puzzle solving that you can conjure items in order to get through it your own way that your imagination allows you to do, basically.
And this kind of art style and everything lends itself really well to being on the Switch as well.
It's so it's so great.
It's gonna be great.
Yep. So I did get to play test it already. I played a tiny bit of the opening and stuff like that, and I'm already like, yeah, this is gonna be a vibe. So like right there, like there's side quests and main quests that you can take. But yeah, you can conjure items, and actually you can conjure freaking moblins. They're the little pig-like guys.
You know what this guy reminds me of?
Conjure a moblin. What's that?
You know what this guy reminds me of? Reminds me of a fanboy trying not to buy the next Call of Duty. He's just
I don't wanna. But yeah, you can like conjure piranha plants. You can, cast like moblins to fight for you and stuff like that. So, and then later in the game, I guess you do get a echo that actually conjures the Master Sword. So you can actually fight for like a few moments. It only lasts for like, I think like 20 or 30 seconds and stuff like that. Because you're Zelda. You're not Link, but you're trying to rescue Link. That's the interesting thing. Zelda, they flipped the script on this. Zelda's actually trying to rescue Link.
I like that bird. Bird's my favorite part so far. He's adorable.
Yeah. The art style is fantastic. My only beef with the art, and this actually goes back to Link's Awakening too, the forced depth of field at the top of the bottom of the screen actually drives me bonkers.
That it gives it that tilt shift, like,
which is fine.
Feeling.
I understand what they were going for, but I give me the option to turn it off. Yeah. Now, what I will say is it's less intrusive in this game. They backed it off quite a bit in this game. That's not as apparent. But in Link's Awakening, it's actually overkill. And it becomes hard on the eyes after a while. It's like, guys, you didn't need to do that heavy of a depth of field thing for a game like this. Because even there, right there on that screen, that's a little heavy.
Yeah, that is pretty abrupt.
That didn't need to be there. And there is not an option to turn it off.
Nate came by the chat just to confirm that the rumors of the stash were true. They are. They are, yes, in fact true.
Deeply true. Like right there, she actually conjured a bat There she conjured a fish to get through. Like, you're going to be able to use echoes to do all kinds of crazy stuff. And I think that's what's going to be so fun about this. Okay, so she threw a rock at it. No go.
Ooh.
Look, guess what they borrowed this from?
Gee, that looks awfully familiar.
Ultra Hand, baby. And then you
Bye.
go, woo.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you play this. What time are you doing it?
I have not established a time. Like right there, she just grabbed an enemy and dropped them off a cliff. And then this, use an echo to bring that spike up, and then use that spike and run it into enemies, because those spikes are usually stationary. And the fact, oh my god, that's awesome! I didn't see that move before. See, look, oh my god, freaking spawning a bird, and then you can fly with it. Oh, this is gonna be wild! Climb the wall, climb the wall.
Hell
Oh
yeah,
my god,
that's sick.
Yeah, this is gonna be. But yeah, it's up to you to decide how you're gonna get through stuff. Oh man,
I like an open-ended approach to a puzzle game.
Drop him in the hole.
Goodbye.
Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. I didn't actually check out that stuff.
Ooh, bad guys. All right. Yeah, I guess we'll see more on Saturday when Krouzer's streaming this. I'll be looking forward to that.
So now I have another Zelda that I got to go through. So yes, I will be playing this on stream for quite a bit on Saturday. It is probably going to be Saturday evening. It won't be during the day, but keep a watch on the Discord.
Yep.
I plan on. I want to announce the time before Saturday, but it might be Saturday when I announce the time, because like I said, I work late tomorrow night and Friday night. Like, I probably won't be home until 1, 2 in the morning Friday night from work. So, yeah. But the game has been purchased. It's literally, what time is it right now?
10:22.
10:22. It's literally right here on my speech.
Oh, let's go. Hang on.
It's right there.
I was prepared for this. I was prepared for this. Hang on. Let me switch scenes. Oh no. Where'd Krouzer's thing go?
Oh no, that's a scene of Quake Clouds.
It is.
That's you?
I know. I'm working on it.
You're good. Mom's getting tired.
There we go. I was supposed to have that set up before I didn't. There you go.
Yay. So that bad boy is preloaded, ready to go. It launches at midnight tonight. Now here's the deal. I am committed to all my pals here in our streaming community, and I have made a promise to myself, and I'm making this promise to you. I will not play the game until stream on Saturday, because I want to experience everything for the first time with you guys.
Hell yeah, man.
I'd rather go into it fresh and get the reactions of everybody and myself and do that. So I am waiting to, like I said, I only saw the opening. I only played the opening of the game. And right when I got to some dialogue after the opening, I was like, okay, I'm done. I got to test it. It looks cool. Awesome.
And you'll be capturing that directly from the Switch? Or emulating?
Yes, sir. I will not be using an emulator.
Gotcha.
Truth be told, that's how I got to play test it. But I had already purchased the game. And then I'm gonna do a dump of the game myself for the emulator, so it's my copy.
Nice.
Just to have it at a 2K upscale.
What do you dump them with? Awesome. You need a thing to read
there's
cartridges?
Software. There's software and all kinds of shit that I use. I had to jailbreak the Switch to be able to do that, because I'm dumping digital copies of it.
That means you can overclock your Switch if you've jailbroken it. Just so you know.
No.
I'm not even risking that. You can. I'm just saying.
I know you can.
Can
I'm
be
just
done.
not risking that.
No, I wouldn't. If I had like a spare, I would. I love overclocking shit, dude. I have a problem.
You can't resist. I know you can't resist. But I also have Disney's Epic Mickey rebrushed that I want to play on stream. Like I said, I was telling you about that earlier before stream started. Epic Mickey. Epic Mickey rebrushed. This game was the shit. This was out on the Wii, and I believe it hit 360 and stuff then. So this is right up Beely's alley. Of course, she's not here anymore. She sucks. This game is awesome. This is going to be a wonderful game to play on stream.
Yeah, this will be dope. I'm sure Beely will probably give this a whirl too.
Yep.
It's
so yeah, you use your brush as a weapon.
It's nice having people that I know who also stream play these kind of games. Like if I'm playing like Ultra Kill or Quake or something, and I'm like all sweaty, and I can raid out to you guys doing something like this, it's such a perfect like. Yeah, this looks awesome.
You use paint. Yeah, like you make stuff disappear. You use paint thinner to like go through the world, and you use paint to reestablish parts of the world that are missing.
I bet you can use paint thinner to travel to other worlds.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
And then there was areas that were cut from the original game that they put back in.
Nice.
Like side scrolling stuff like this and things like that. So, yep. The game is pretty trippy.
Well, when did this originally release?
So it was on the Wii.
Okay.
The original one was, I think it's been a good 10 years.
I mean, Steven saying didn't think it needed a remaster, although it's nice to have it available on systems that people have that, and even if it's just a resolution bump from the original version.
Yeah, that's really all it is a resolution bump. Now they modernized it to run better
2
and everything like that.
Wreckfest 2 announcement trailer.
You just stumbled across something perfect.
Okay, real quick history lesson. Bugbear Entertainment, they made Wreckfest. Wreckfest is a game that was inspired by the Flatout series of racing games. Most of them are great. Flatout 3 Chaos and Destruction is like the worst rated racing game of Steam of all time. I'm not joking, look it up. But the original Wreckfest game is awesome, and apparently there's going to be another one. So now we're watching the trailer for it. There's nothing anybody can do about it.
The original Epic Mickey was on the Wii. To be fair, Lev, it's been 14 years. So having a remaster of it is pretty viable. I am currently playing it, and it looks amazing.
Are they adding?
I haven't seen you this scarred since last September.
What is this?
Come on, move it! Get out of my way, jerk!
I love this.
Okay.
Maybe I overreacted a bit too much.
Putting a little bit of character into the game.
But we'll get you sorted out. Come on! Move it! Get the f out of my way! God damn it, now what?
This is me anytime I play a racing game.
Yep. Guy, buddy. Next time, I promise.
I promise.
Not to lose my temper.
Is he talking to his car?
Damn amateur!
I think so.
Way. Stop driving like my grandma. She's 6 feet under. M-O-V-E! Move it! You take that piece and throw it up there.
Okay.
Wow.
What a contrast between the two different scenes there.
Feels like something came out between the seat.
I gotta play more of the first one to get like further into it, to get like cooler shit.
That was
awesome.
That was a really cool trailer. It doesn't really tell me much about what the game's going to be like. I think, as with many racing games, I'll wait for that one to come out and see how it is. But I'm excited. I didn't know they were doing another one.
Yep.
I'll still play the first one. That game's awesome. What
is the ETA on that game? Let's look.
Oh, that's a good question.
Wreckfest 2.
Steven's
just coming
right.
soon. They don't have a date.
Okay. That is Arthur talking to his horse.
It is.
When you run into a car at 80 miles an hour, I'm sorry, girl.
I'm sorry, girl. That's a girl.
It's my girl, yeah.
You're back with Canes. What does that mean?
Canes is food.
Shields is... Oh, okay.
I think.
Shields is cracking a palmy, which is awesome. Asala's back with food, I guess.
Hell yeah.
This goddamn kids in your slang. I can't keep up with it anymore. Like
I don't think
cook.
Canes is slang. I think Canes is like a place.
Chicken. Okay. I didn't know. I'm an East Coast guy.
I want to try
Popeyes and KFC.
I want to try Whataburger.
Or
man.
Or gay hating rhino killers. That's all we have around here. We have KFC, we have Popeyes, and we have gay hating rhino killers.
Did you know that? Did you know that one of the original like franchise or original KFC stores that the Colonel didn't sell out, like didn't sell off, kept as a personal store, is like 2 hours from Toronto. It's just in the middle of like bumfuck nowhere, rural Ontario. Yeah, I pass it on the way to and from my friend's cottage that we visit occasionally.
The cottage. The cotai.
Yeah. No, we have a good time there.
The squattage. The squattage. Squattage cottage.
Are there any other topics that we want to talk about? I'm trying to think. I don't have anything brewed.
Oh. There's one last topic that I can bring up. This is slight game politics again. My opinions on this will not be popular. I know this, and that's okay.
What is it? I'm ready to type. I'm ready to look things up.
See if you already know about this. Everybody pretty much knows about this. Ghost of Tsushima is actually a great game. That's a great game. That's fun. Oh, you don't know Ghost of Tsushima? That it's PlayStation. It was a PlayStation 4 and 5 exclusive, but now I hit PC.
My camera battery.
Good open world samurai game. Uh-oh.
I'm still listening.
Camera's about to go bye.
I'm still listening.
Nintendo's lawsuit against Palworld. He's hooking up his battery to his camera. He'll be back. Now everyone's going to say, yeah, see, Lev, I'm kind of on the same boat. I hope they both lose something in the process. I am on the unpopular side of this. I know everyone sits here and says, why Nintendo? Why go after this? Why do this? You already have enough. Fuck you for being a mass company that goes after their shit or goes after people for this shit. Nobody on the internet in these type of situations is a legal expert. You don't know. We do not know the ins and outs of all of this shit. Anybody that pretends that they do know, you're full of it. GTFO with this shit. Now, for anybody that complains for a big company like Nintendo to have patents and stuff like that on particular game elements when it comes to Pokemon, get the fuck over it. Get over it. Because they were smart enough to do that. They know and have known what they've had for decades with the Pokemon
series. Sorry, it's so funny hearing you talk about that. Funny. And this picture comes up.
Right. But here's the thing. If you see that picture without any context, what is the first thing that you think of? Holy shit, it's Pokemon with guns.
Yeah. That is what I think, and that's why it's funny.
It's that recognizable. I'm not defending Nintendo in this, in the sense of the way I feel about this, because everyone's like, "Oh, you're a Nintendo fanboy, so that's why you defend them." Am I a Nintendo fanboy? I absolutely am. I grew up on Nintendo. I love Nintendo's games. I love their games. Now, have they done things in the gaming community, so to speak, that might be questionable? Sure. Any big corporation is going to get flack for the stuff that they do. But here's the thing. They are protecting one of the most coveted game series of all time. I mean, in all of gaming, they're protecting their IP. They have every right to do that. Has Palworld danced a fine line from day one? Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm honestly surprised that something like this didn't happen sooner, but
correct. But Nintendo was building a case. Yeah. They were making sure that they had an ironclad thing that they could go in and say, all right, this is why we want to stop this.
It was probably always going to happen. Just a matter of time.
It was going to happen. It was going to happen regardless, because the likeness is there. There's a lot of game elements in the game that Nintendo patented years ago. It was a carbon copy from day one. And also the whole connotation of them carrying guns, that ain't gonna fly with Nintendo. It's just not. And like I said, if you see that out of context, you're like, oh my God, they made a Pokemon game and they're packing heat. Are you kidding me? That's a problem. That's a problem for someone that has an intellectual property that they can protect legally. Now, there's been some news that has come out that say some of the patents that Nintendo is going after them for, they registered after Power World came out. So here's my thing about that. Once again, why didn't Power World go and patent those things before Nintendo did? Now people will say, well, Nintendo has the resources to do that. Sure, they do. But again, if you're gonna play with fire with any of the three big companies, with Xbox, Nintendo, or PlayStation, if you're gonna step on their IP's toes, they're gonna come after you. Plain and simple. It's gonna happen. So listen, does it kind of suck overall that this is happening? Sure. I mean, I hate to see an indie dev being taken down, but they knew what they were getting into.
Yeah, I was surprised that this is still coming to PlayStation with this going on. It was announced with like the PlayStation Direct or something, but Power World's still like coming to PS5 while it exists.
Right. Levin, I agree with you. It is like PUBG going after Fortnite for what they did. But again, did PUBG patent or copyright or trademark those things before Fortnite did it? Probably not. And I mean, again, does it kind of suck that a bigger company moves in and snatches that stuff from people? Yes. When bigger corporations snipe stuff like that. But here's the thing about the whole Power World and Pokemon thing. Pokemon's been around a hell of a lot longer. Now, what Epic did with Fortnite and the PUBG thing was a little shitty in retrospect. It can be looked at as kind of like pretty shitty. But again, did PUBG turn around and say, okay, this battle royale format, let's patent this shit? Now, a lot of people also say patents shouldn't be allowed in video games, but patents been around since the fucking light bulb, guys. Like patenting things.
Even whether they should or shouldn't be, they are. Like
right. The fact of the matter is, like companies are doing it.
Yeah.
And there's a reason they're doing it. I mean, Michael fucking Buffer trademarked, let's get ready to rumble. Nobody else in the world is allowed to actually do that at a public event without him getting paid. But Pokemon is more than games. You're right. That's another point that I forgot. It is more than games.
The brand.
It's a television series. It's a manga. There's movies. There's other merchandise. It's a juggernaut. So they have an IP to protect. You know, they absolutely do. So listen, if anybody is remotely surprised about the Power World thing, you're living under a rock. Like, there's no reason. But also, anybody openly complaining about it, listen, it's your business to complain about what Nintendo's doing. By all means, do that. That's one of the greatest things about being a gamer. It's one of the greatest things about the online community. It's one of the greatest things about the free world. You're allowed to bitch and piss and moan about these things, and you're allowed to have those opinions. But my whole thing is, if you're going to really put a lot, yes, bless you, by the way.
Yep.
Saul is right.
Real quick, what is the Buffer Brothers? Who's the Buffer Brothers?
No, yeah, the one's a Scientologist. You don't want to go there.
Yeah, I want to know who they are.
Michael Buffer has that's Michael Buffer, and Bruce Buffer's his brother.
Okay.
I believe Bruce Buffer is the Scientologist. Yeah, they're both announcers.
I see.
I believe Bruce rode the coattails of, Bruce is the Scientologist. He's the weirdo. He's the one that pretty much said, hey, brother, I'm going to copy everything that you did, and I'm going to be famous too. it was kind of shitty. But good on Michael for letting Bruce, ride the coattails. But yeah, listen. Don't worry. My whole point about the Pal World Nintendo thing is just play games, guys. Be a gamer and play games. If you want to invest a lot of stock into the pissing and moaning and fighting for the community, then here's my suggestion. Actually fight for the community. If you feel that strongly about it, start a campaign. Go start like a legitimate campaign or protest or something. Like, listen, when you're SJW and shit, that's when I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. If you want to make a difference, go make a difference.
Speaking of investing, now's the time to buy Ubisoft stock. Actually, in a couple days is probably the time to buy Ubisoft stock. Dude.
Exactly, Lev. You know I'm with you. Oh boy. Well, you want to know why their stock plummeted?
Went up and then went down.
3 words.
What are they?
I'm so based. I'm sorry.
So based? Krouzer is based. What are the 3 words?
The 3 words. Really? Well, about the AC thing, Assassin's Creed. Listen, Assassin's Creed died a long time ago to me.
I mean, their statement about it basically was like, we're going to delay it because it's not done yet.
Well, there's reason. There's reason for that. And it's the 3 words I was about to say. No. The 3 words are Star Wars Outlaws. That's why their stock plummeted. The game, listen, you don't normally hear me say, Pi, I know you don't hear me normally say stuff like this, especially about an open world game and especially about Star Wars, because I'm an avid Star Wars fan, especially the original trilogy. I grew up on that shit. I love Star Wars. Most of it. There's a lot of stuff that's come out now, Disney Plus and everything that's like kind of out of control. The game is utter garbage. It is so bad in so many different ways. First off, the character's awful. You want to play as a scoundrel in the Star Wars universe, this is the last character you want to play as. She's completely unsure of herself. She comes off as a complete fool and like idiot. And it's like, you try to see the silver lining. I've played enough of it to see if the character progresses, and she just gets more inane that I'm just like, oh my God. And I have not experienced a game this bad since the original launch of Cyberpunk. Oof. It was like, I'm appalled.
She was she was a pretty self-contradicting character. She's like,
very.
Like, I was laughing to myself while you were streaming it, not at you. I was enjoying watching you stream it, but she's in the bar and the guy's like, oh, I'll put this towards your rent. And she's like, no, I don't need that. Like, she doesn't want the handout. And then the next thing you do is go out in the street and you've tutorialized on how to like steal everything that isn't nailed down with your little pet.
Right.
Like, I don't need the handout, but I'm going to rob everybody I see blind.
Right.
It was like, what?
There's more. Because I played I try to invest myself in it and say, okay, you got to play more of this. Get out in the open world and experience it in its fullest before you make a proper judgment. Because maybe the opening area here, or maybe the start of it is just kind of shitty.
It's like,
it's better.
It's like Red Dead 2.
Better.
Red Dead 2 like opens up. The beginning was a little slow for me, but then it opens up. But this game, not like that.
Yeah, no. Well, it opens up, but it doesn't get better. It gets worse.
It's the other part of the equation.
It's not just the glitches and stuff. It's the overall design of it is so piss poor and haphazardly slapped together. And you're in there, and then it dawns on you, God damn it, I'm playing another open world Ubisoft game. Fuck. They
can't keep getting away with it.
The combat is atrocious. It's not interesting. There's no button or any type of contextual style cover, right? You don't have to have a button for a cover system. Lots of games have done that. there's no way to take cover behind anything. You just literally stand behind it. There's no way to like really peek out. All combat is your blaster. And you're just like, pew, pew, pew. Okay, that stormtrooper is dead. Pew, pew, pew. Yay. It's just so unengaging. I'm on the speeder bike running around.
Yeah.
And I go into this territory where it says I'm in like hostile territory. And there's like this group of scavengers that comes after me on their speeders. 3 or 4 of them are shooting at me from their speeders. And my speeder, I can't even simply aim with my blaster and shoot at them. Now,
no way to return fire at all?
Correct. Now, I think later you get the ability to do that. But the sheer fact that in an open world game that's supposed to be, I can go where I want when I please, the fact that they brick wall you from going into a territory because you don't have that specific ability to pull out your blaster and shoot it while you're on your fucking speeder. That's where I drew the line. I was like, because here's what happened. I was at an enemy like territory base out in the open world. Got out of it, snuck out of it and stuff like that. I snuck in, grabbed something, snuck out. Left, got ransacked by these freaking scavengers, just obliterated by these like 3 or 4 scavengers that jumped on me. I die like very quickly. It respawns me. Guess where it fucking respawns me?
Where?
Back in the middle of the fucking enemy base I was at earlier.
That's rough.
That's like several, like 1,000 meters up the road. And all of the enemies are respawned back. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, game? Like, there's nothing interesting about the game. It doesn't feel like Star Wars at all. When you see, listen, this is another thing about games that I like. If the my immersion is not there. When you see an alien species creature in a game and it speaks English, that's fine. That's fine for me. It speaks the same native language what everyone else is speaking. I'm okay with that.
Right.
But you at least expect it not to have, like, you at least expect it to have kind of like an interesting voice, right? Like a different kind of voice than everybody else.
I would
like
expect
humans
that, yes.
walking around, right?
Yes.
Like for instance, I feel this is where I feel like my brain is so fried. I forget what the fish-like species is called in Star Wars. In Empire Strikes Back, it has it's like the fish head.
I know what you're talking about.
It's like,
I don't know.
That's a trap. He talks like this.
Yeah.
Like that is like a different alien species that has like a different kind of voice. Wouldn't you know it? 3/4, if not most, of the alien species you walk up to in Outlaws, it sounds like a guy from fucking Brooklyn. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, it doesn't even have a British accent. It doesn't even have a Scottish accent. It doesn't even have a Middle Eastern country like accent.
What are you doing walking in the middle of my speeder path here? Can't you see I'm trying to get around, buddy?
Yeah,
Fuck off.
Literally. Hey, what's going on here, man? How you doing today? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Hey, why are you going so fast on that speeder? You trying to get a greasy dog? You trying to cut the line? What the fuck?
There's nothing wrong with Brooklyn. I'm saying I love me a good New York accent. Don't get me wrong, I love it because there's just this attitude and swagger to it. Just like Boston. I know Boston, Brooklyn, you guys aren't pals. That's okay. But I love those Eastern like accents. I love it. That's the thing. British accents and everything. That's why I did give it ups for not having that at least. But because it sounds so sophisticated, right? Yeah. But the sheer fact that it just sounded like some American dude, it's like, oh my God, like really? So that's a big explanation of why, and it plummeted recently, right? When did the downturn start?
Well,
oh yeah, that's funny. It's very subjective.
We have to go back a while. Let's see. Oof. Looks like
So
the
it's been down
downfall
all
started
year.
in 2021.
Oh yeah, because their games became carbon copy.
And then
But was there
big drop in 22.
Give me 1 month.
1 month. Meow. From
What was the date of the drop?
what's it called? Star Wars what?
Outlaws.
August 30th. And here's August 29th. August 30th. Oh no. It
Told
went,
ya.
It went from 1719
it's
to 1133. That's rough.
Yep.
That's rough, buddy.
Yep.
Oof. I didn't realize it was so harshly correlated with that game.
I'm telling you, I knew it because it's so bad. I mean, there was some publications that gave it like a 6, and I'm like, you're even being generous with that 6. I give it a hard 4.5 to a 5 because it's just, I literally uninstalled it already. I'm so pissed. I was so appalled by the game early on that I was like, I'm actually requesting a refund. I was 15 minutes of playtime over the fucking refund limit.
Oof.
I was like, damn it.
That is pretty rough.
Yeah, stocks in general, I understand, Savage. Stocks in general did take a hit. But I'm telling you,
this is not a
Ubisoft
financial advice stream.
Yeah.
Do not garner any kind of do not garner any kind of financial advice from this. Now, from my personal perspective, the number's going down and it might go up, so I actually might buy a little bit, but that's just me. That's just me. Don't necessarily do that because I'm going to do that. But if I'm smoking Cuban cigars on my next stream, you know what happened. It's low. Bye. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to get lower, Savage. Yeah, I hope Ubisoft can turn things around because it would actually sort of be a shame.
They used to make some good shit.
Dude, yeah, like I was watching a sort of video documentary about like the history of Ubisoft games and sort of how they got to this point, and they just made too many things too fast. Like the scale at which they're making games, I don't think it's possible to do proper QA on something like that and have it be a complete done product in the amount of time that they're spending on them. It's just sort of mathematically impossible. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I did want to share with you something, and it is my favorite clip that I've got from Red Dead Redemption 2 so far.
Hell yeah. Now, you want to talk about one of the best open world games ever.
I'm starting to think one of the greatest games of all time, period, to be honest. Like,
absolutely, dude.
Actually. So this is just I've been playing this game with the HUD completely off, just wandering around. And
so you have the HUD completely off.
No compass, no ammo, no money, like nothing.
Not a bad way to play.
If I set a waypoint, I think it's designed to be played like this because you hold down on the D-pad and you can set full map, no map, compass. It's totally, but it totally works like this. And this is just one of the random encounters I came across, and I thought it was funny, and I wanted to share it.
Is this from you?
This is from me. This is me.
Good.
Hey, you!
I adore this game. Adore it.
Listen up, idiot!
Yep.
This motherfucker set himself on fire and shot himself in the head.
Wait, he shot himself in the head?
Yeah, he fell on his gun and it went off and he blew his head off.
Oh my god!
He fell on the gun and it went.
Horse trampled him.
And it went. And it
horse trampled him. Now, truth be told, when I found out bodies can burn like that, is when I did get into a gunfight with a guy. God, that's amazing, dude. I'm glad you captured that. That's the thing. One of the many reasons why I love this game is those like random encounter stuff like that happens all the time, even with animals.
And
yeah, that
look at the smoke. The smoke coming off of his body. Like this game. I am not running this on
attention to detail,
and I'm not running this on high-end hardware either. It is so impressive that it looks this good running on my computer. Like, it's just insane. This game is amazing. It might be the best game ever, and I had to.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, it will turn into nothing left of the head.
I learned that. I was
Yep.
wondering about that.
By the way, anytime you have your gun out, there's always little fun things to learn with this game. I'm still learning little nifty tricks. When you have your gun out, press up on the D-pad.
Is it to shoot it in the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's down. Up is scope.
I think it's
I
if
might
you
have
have a handgun out there.
Oh, if you have a
I
hand,
think it's up.
because you can do it with the rifle too.
Yeah. You'd be amazed at like some of the things that you can do to scare people with just firing it up in the air. There's some fun shit you can do with that.
Yep.
I adore that game. It's literally in my top 3 of all time.
I had to turn like NVIDIA Shadow Play on while I was playing this because so much stuff kept happening that I was like, I have to show this to the gamers. It's fucking hilarious. I was getting tired of not hitting this deer while I was hunting it at night.
He's going poaching.
I got him too with the first one.
Yes,
I didn't need to throw those extra ones, but I was making sure. Oh no!
I've never seen a deer swim like that.
I got some.
Great.
I would if someone was throwing dynamite sticks at me like that, brother. I'd be swimming.
Yeah. Lev. Guy shot in the air and he shot a bird by accident. It fell on him. Yep.
Yeah, dude, this game.
I mean,
insane.
It's the attention to detail and everything that you can interact with is like just unbelievably spot on. One of my favorite things about the game too is the rewarding things that you can come across just from exploring. Now, when I say rewarding, I don't necessarily mean items. I don't necessarily mean things like that. I just mean there's side stories in the game that aren't like, how do I want to put this? Like obtainable, like side quests. They're just things that you will observe with absolutely no dialogue.
Yep.
And no people around that tell a story. And you're just like, okay, that's pretty fucking incredible. Like you can find abandoned little villages that you're like, wait, why is this abandoned? If you look around, you'll find signs of why.
I go into every building I see, every building I come across. I always stop. I found a guy. There was this guy sitting outside a general store, and I had found him sitting on the side of the road. He got bit by a snake, and I gave him a healing potion, and he bought me whatever I wanted from the store. I bought like the most expensive item in the store. He's like, oh, but the next thing you buy is on me. And I got a free suit.
Absolutely.
So many good clips.
That's why it's so... That's why I say it explores... Oh my god. Yeah, you did like a major weird tumble there.
Game's funny.
I can't swim.
Dutch! Get the floaties, Dutch! I'm having some problems.
Dutch, get the floaties out.
You look like a man who can swim. I can see it in your eyes.
That a girl.
There's one more clip I need to find because this game turned into a horror game for a second.
Oh yeah, it can. It definitely can.
Yeah, here we go. This was the most unexpected thing that happened to me while playing this game. So you were saying you just come across random stuff?
Oh yeah.
Check this out.
Oh yes. Oh, I've actually seen this.
I should have known something was going on with the music coming up. I just get surrounded immediately.
Yepper.
I was like, oh no, this isn't good.
Yeah, these boys don't play.
No, they do not.
Damn swamp cannibals.
He just fucking stabbed me in the throat immediately.
Right in the throat. Yep.
That like
yeah.
That scared me. Like
yeah.
Jesus Christ. Who did shields?
Shields.
No.
Nice,
That's gonna be fun during a horror game playthrough. I'm glad I added that.
Yeah. Listen, back to that real quick. Alien Isolation, man. You picked a good one. I think it was Lev that said it earlier. I fully agree that it was an underrated kind of slipped in under the radar game.
It's $5 right now. PSA.
It's insanely good. and it'll test you. It will definitely test you.
I'm ready. I have also the Blair Witch game. I haven't played it. I heard it was good, and then I'm gonna get that one Gabby suggested. So I think those are gonna be my 3 horror games I'll start with, and take it from there. Tried doing it earlier, but it kept getting errors. Oh, weird.
I'll be running Dead Space and Resident Evil 7.
Dude, I so want to. I mean, I want to watch you play anything because I love watching you stream. But like specifically Dead Space, you know, I played that on stream, and just I'd like to relive it again and watch someone else play it. It's awesome. Dinner time.
Hey, Piggy, have a good one.
Hey, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it.
It's good chilling. Good chills.
Yeah, I think.
I just realized what time it is.
Yeah, if you don't have anything else at the moment, any other topics, I was thinking about calling it here and just sending the remaining squad somewhere. Cloudy's still live.
Loudy is, I believe, still live. No, he's off. He got off.
Okay.
I think he literally just got off.
Oh man. Well, send him here. Val Talk, that guy that person you stream sometimes.
She's great.
Yeah, she's really cool. Very, very nice, relaxing.
Yep. Send him over there.
I'm just gonna wait till the ad break ends before I start it, so I can do a quick outro here. But this is awesome, man. I'm really glad we sat down to do this. I think the production is slightly higher than it was the first time we did this. It ended up looking all right with the cams. You know, for something that your friendly neighborhood Canadian stoner threw together in half an hour before stream, it looks okay.
Coming in at a man.
I like the borders on the cams. I think they add a nice separation.
It helps.
It's just little touches. Well, like also, you know, big inspiration from you and everyone else at SXD. Like your stuff looks tight, so I need to tighten it up a little bit, as Nate would say. Tighten it up a little bit. Tight. All right. This is Krouzer. He's with the SXD guys. Go follow them. I'll hit the command for it, or you can hit the command for it now. After I do this raid, we're going to raid out to Val Talk. Everybody can wind down watching her. Go say hello to her. Give her a follow. I'll be back tomorrow, and I have no idea what I'm going to play. You'll just have to find out. It'll be a mystery. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.